Are we back? I think YouTube will need a new waiting room. God, this fucking sucks! This fucking sucks! I already had so many issues! Why do they do this to me? God damn. God damn. Bagelsworth, thank you for the 20 months of tier 2. Thank you. She's back. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm so sorry for so many issues today. God damn. Holy fuck. Binary Mind is working on the YouTube bros, since I'm pretty sure we have to have another room. That's the like worst thing about YouTube streaming, is you have to keep making rooms if there's any tech issues like this. Davy Jones, thank you for the 13 months, my guy. Thank you. Thank you. We're so back, warm bodies. Fuck yeah, buddy. It's the libs, they're attacking. Oh my god. They're after you, Kirsche. Shut it down. They're digging the tunnels under my house as I speak. The YouTubes has many rooms, Ed boy. That explains, I don't know exactly where I cut off for you guys, but I was in the middle of saying, like, oh, I was about to bring something up in Discord, but my Discord's not working. That's weird. I can't click on links in Discord, and I can't scroll back. It won't load old messages. And then I looked down and saw my OBS disconnected too, and I was like, no. No. Oh shit, she knows about our tunnels. Everyone scatter. Jesus Christ. Talking about Praxis fall check-in for viruses. I think we went way past that. I don't think that was the last thing I said. We were this close to enacting the Korshovo Initiative. That was? Oh my god, really? Oh, damn, that's crazy. Okay. I'll bring that back up. Hey, Kirsche, did you hear about more people coming out of the New York City's tunnel sewers? No, I didn't. X isn't really? It killed my ex as well? Alright, one moment. One moment, bruh. This is like some horrendous crashing. I don't think I've had like multiple stream splits in a long ass time. I am very sorry, chat. I'm very sorry. Attempts are happening. Let's bring this back up. Okay. We did it, Reddit. So, that's the last thing you guys saw. It was, it was Praxis Fall asking if there was anything weird in the link, which I'm surprised he didn't know that 505 was the publisher, because I've talked about that very often, but funny ensued. Where the retard said, Grok, I can't help but notice you said that 505 is a publisher. Does that mean that the game made by them are double or AAA games? Ask Grok is only currently available to, premium people. And the retard said, hey, bot boy, I know you're listening. Ask it that question. Harkin Shadows, thank you for the 22 months of Proom, thank you. The joke is that 505 is the malicious ones. True? True and fucking real? And then after all of this happened, I was chilling at the beach. I even got to listen to some, like, weird-ass bachelorette party happening in the background. Where, like, the DJ was playing the, like, so let me clear my throat. He's playing that song. And at one point, he was just like, hey, ladies, who out here tonight getting an education, having a job, doing well for themselves? Make some noise! And I was like, that's really goofy. And then when he got to the men, he was like, hey, guys! You know, for some reason, guys are always like, they don't make as much noise as the ladies. So, like, I don't know what I gotta say to, like, get you guys, like, loud and excited. Like, hey, guys! Who gentlemen are out here tonight just looking to get laid? So, like, I'm chilling. I'm listening to this shit. And then I get sent a screenshot. I get sent a screenshot of some retard having joined the Discord saying, sad, tell your streamer that the alt account she's arguing with on Twitter might be about to end her little career. And obviously someone's like, what the fuck? And then the retard responds, she'll probably know. You're telling me that, like, some angry furry who viciously got martyred in a Twitter argument is gonna be so upset about losing a Twitter argument he's going to send boyfriends to make threats on his behalf? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Dude thinks he's the villain. He thinks he's the main protagonist. Like, what the fuck is this? Genuinely, what the fuck? Yeah, he's vague posting because it isn't actually anyone important. He also doesn't know where he said this. So that made it even funnier. He just like walked into the jungle where we're used to having gay ops perpetrated against us. And so coming into my Discord and making threats like this is akin to the Americans walking through the Vietnamese jungle and just hearing the trees start speaking. Like, I'm glad you're okay. Furries are a cancer to society. Jesus Christ. All right, let me see. YouTube chat. Thank you. Thank you. Let me get my YouTube chat back in here so I can read my YouTube chatters again. We've got chat. It's live. Welcome back, YouTube. I missed you. Garugamesh, thank you. We all know Kirsche uses an alt account to argue with herself. I don't think I could make myself sound that retarded on purpose. Battleizer, thank you. There needs to be one of those old-time interrupted transmission error screens with a Kirsche wearing a feather headdress. True and fucking real. This guy is a side quest villain from the first town when we're already 3/4 of the way through the main story, man. He's gonna get one shot. Furry doesn't know that we are the career. True. Didn't you know, Kirsche, that guy you were arguing with, his dad is the president of your current ISP? Aw, fuck, man. A DSC, thank you. Here's $5 to the tech elves in your setup so they stop going on strike. Thank you. I need that. Reddit Janny energy. You don't know what subreddits I'm a moderator for. Your streaming career is over, bitch. You know, I miss the time people could be edgy because it was for fun, contrary to freaks like the Harry Dresden-like guy. I don't know who that is. You telling me that if we wanted, we could track all his activity through his Discord handle if we so wanted, and he didn't see this danger in doing this? I don't fucking understand. Like, that's so fucking weird, man. A doorbell chud. Gem alarm guy. Open the door. Oh, he's the doorbell man. Okay, that guy. The creepy doorbell man. Like, what the fuck was the plan here? I don't know. I don't know. Usually when they make that thread, it's like, oh, what? Are you gonna, like, dox me and come to my house? Like, what kind of threat are you making here? How exactly is this gonna happen? Phoenix DS, thank you. 3rd time's the charm. True. True. Hopefully. Hopefully. Crozan, thank you for the 10 gift subs, my guy. Thank you. Thank you. That person really can't let something go. They can't. Phoenix DS, thank you. Was he eaten alive in Discord? Damn, I didn't see it. I'm sure he just got banned. Because like, I didn't even know what happened until someone shared the screenshot with me. And kind of thought we should make that guy president of Wallet Bonfire. Jen Jacko, thank you. Don't underestimate the depths of your own retardation. We believe in you. You know? A Disoptimist, thank you. You just spent half an hour talking to a woman how human labor's really cheap.
Titan, log off of voice chat. Daddy's about to let the wolf out. A woe type shit.
Kitten, for your own safety, I need you to leave this voice call. Daddy's about to let the wolf out. Oh! I'm gonna come to your house, get in my face, plant a smooch on my soft lips, suck my cock, call me gay! Oh, Delta, thank you. That's the first time a woman told me she missed me. No, shut up! Maynong, thank you. You actually read Dresden Files? It's pretty good. That sounds like a book. Oh god, you cringed so hard. That was like peak though. I don't think I will ever encounter someone as retarded as this. Like usually when they lose, they just like block you and leave. But this guy kept insisting on showing off his low IQ. There are 2 wolves inside of you. One of them is a furry. The other one threatens to beat people up online and then wonders why the right says the left is violent. True and fucking real. Holy shit. What a wild evening. Please beat the shit out of me, Kirsche. No, what is wrong with you? Alright. Okay. Congrats on finding another infinite content glitch. Monetize your haters, buddy. And speaking of monetizing your haters, I was looking for something in my PC. I don't remember what I was looking for, but I stumbled upon this and I was like, hey, this is kind of relevant to current discourse going on. I said, censorship in games discourse today is indistinguishable from this post in 2015 from the Blade and Soul forums. This post was directed at people upset by a quest based on the Korean folklore, the Heavenly Maiden and the Woodcutter. And the quest was basically like there were 3 wood nymphs bathing in a spring, and some like woodcutter or farmer guy comes up and he's like being a peeping Tom. And when they're not paying attention, he like tries to steal their clothes, and then they like turn him into a frog or something. And when they catch him, I can't remember exactly, but he gets his comeuppance for being a lecherous, pervis, creeping, peeping Tom, right? This quest was changed because having a guy being a peeping Tom, even if it's established in like thousands of years of folklore being told in a country, that would be too bad. We can't showcase something like that in a video game that also has women's jiggly titties bouncing everywhere. That would be bad. You're not allowed to have that. And so this post says, I just want to clarify something. This started out as some guy complaining about censorship, and when people told him, yeah, I can see why they censored it, this turned into a debate about larger gender issues, because whether you agree with the editing of the quest or not, a big portion of people posting here cannot even acknowledge the sexualization of women exists, or how it does any harm. And this refusal to acknowledge is what in particular pushed me personally over the edge in this thread. It's impossible to explain in a single sitting how big of an impact things like skimpily dressed characters in TV, movies, games, etc. had on me, growing up surrounded by these images and portrayals, and observing my male friends and family members' responses to those images. Growing up and seeing women treated differently based on their sexual desirability, and then coming of age and seeing how I was treated reinforced what I saw as a kid and made me think, despite what my parents tell me, this is the way the world is. And in learning how to have sex from watching highly degrading internet porn, where most kids these days learn it, by the time a girl is ready to start having sex, she's deeply ingrained in her that she's basically just a cum dumpster whose entire purpose in life is to please men sexually. And that above her career or other accomplishments, her looks and chastity, and somehow, though contradictory, her ability to sexually please a man are still the most important things about her. It wasn't until my mid-20s that I really felt like I was able to say no to things that I didn't want to do sexually, because I was finally learning that I was a human being and I mattered just as much as what some man wants. Woman, this is a fucking MMO forum. What the fuck are you even talking about? But she continues. Men are gonna read this and laugh and make insults to me about this, but that's just gonna prove my point that none of you have even the slightest comprehension of how severely your gender affects your life experience and perception of self, and how degrading and negative all these little things are that are no big deal collectively when you're a female. Man, I didn't know that this poster was that transphobic. What a bigot. It's hard to not get emotional when someone is essentially telling you that your life experiences don't mean anything and that these things that have hurt you are entertaining. So really, you males and the few females saying misogyny is no big deal and that it's okay in the game because it's fiction need to check your privilege.
Like, this chick saw that her friend thought hot women were hot and then became existentially terrified by the idea that someone might become attracted to her. These people genuinely need help.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking wild. It's a quest that you guys bitched about and had changed, that all of us didn't want changed, that the company themselves even said, we won't be censoring the game. And then lo and behold, they censored outfits and quests. Actually fucking crazy. We had to sit through a seminar about steroid abuse back when you were a teen because a guy died from an engorged heart. Men also experience this shit. Please do not inject your balls with silicone. You have a question, do they make meds strong enough for this schizo? I wish they did, but again, this is from 2015. This discourse, minus some, like, you know, cringe phrases like check your privilege that have fallen out of style, this discourse is indistinguishable from current year discourse. And I think that alone kind of shows how much ground these, like, thieving retards have managed to claim. Because we're still here, a decade later, arguing the exact same thing, saying don't censor my fucking game. But because people like this crazy individual posting on the Blade and Soul forums have embedded themselves in games companies, we will never not have to contend with censorship. Unless people like this are cut out of the games industry, the censorship will continue. Maybe we overreacted when we banned lobotomies. There's a clear case for its use right there. It's like, I miss the days when the only censorship I had to complain about was like the blood being removed from games that really didn't need to have it removed in the first place. I miss when that was like the only censorship discourse, man. Brown Bear, thank you. What game is this? This was Blade and Soul when it originally released. So I'm pretty sure the official release date was like January 2016. So all of this is from all of us who were like beta testing it, I suppose. And these are almost 90% sure to be the same people doing the most insanely degenerate orgy shit and trying to pass it off as the most normal thing that everyone does. Yeah. It will never not be insane to me that it's like, companies don't care if people can Google your name and see the insides of your holes, right? Like, that's fine. That's perfectly normal. But fuck you if you want to uphold the laws your country has. That's a brand risk. That's bad. You vote that the Chinese blood censorship should be a toggle in all games. Make Call of Duty look like a Bonnie Blue film. A 9 Jinx, thank you. Lamau with the unironic check your privilege in current year. Well, it's not current year. This is from 2015. I just thought that it fit the discourse of 2026. Sergeant Buck, thank you. Ma'am, the Uber ride ended 20 minutes ago. Please get out of my car. Amalgamite, thank you for the raid. Welcome, warm bodies from the kick raid. I've had a couple of tech issues today. I'm sorry about that. Star Phoenix, thank you. For your birthday, you got to spend $6,300 on your car. That's as much as 180 Kirsches before shipping. Guess you'll have to be content with 6 Kirsches. Munya! I hope you put a Kirsche in your passenger seat and seatbelt it for its safety. You can pretend you're seatbelting me. Anthony, thank you. She gets it. Phoenix DS, thank you. So when it's done to Leon Kennedy, it's A-okay. Got it. True. Halo Boy, thank you for the subby bubby on Kick, my dude. Thank you. Majob, thank you. Foxu collecting cancellation attempts the same way Trump collects assassination attempts. I don't want to collect them. Alaska Mag, thank you. Ads are interrupting live stream. Please fix. Binary Mind, when you set up the new waiting room, did you maybe accidentally set it to play mid-roll ads? It should be no ads. No ads. You already fixed it? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you for saying something so we can fix it. Zenik, thank you for the czars. Sad, honorable chatter noises. Kirsches don't ship to you. And Kier Mr. Cute Meme replied to the person saying her games are incel coded. No! Also, wait, what? Why don't they ship to South Africa? This is the first I'm hearing of that. Why do they... You're not in the middle of a war. That doesn't make sense. Let me ask my guys here. Hold on, where are my guys?
I wonder if she would be able to handle a week as a man, or if she would self-isekai like the muff diver that pretended to be a normal man. But we both have issues. I should get a 4th course.
A 4th course? DRT is king, thank you! I missed all of that except for the 4th course because I was typing. Wonder if she'd be able to handle a week as a man, or if she would self-isekai like the muff diver that pretended to be a normal man. But we both have issues. I guess you should get a 4th course. I severely doubt it. It's just like whenever people try to like paint me as in like I don't understand how anything works. I just always think about, I do not think any of these people who attack me would genuinely be able to live through my childhood. I think it would have absolutely buck broken them. And to further that point, like back when I made the like sexual assault fucking joke tweet back when Pippa did the Flavor people. There was one person who was just like, this isn't a joke. This sounds like it was written as like a real account and this actually happened to me and I'm such a victim. Here's my donation link. Please give me money. Thank you for all the followers. And I was like, thank you for proving the point of my tweet, you duplicitous individual. But it's just like if something bad has happened to you and you like see a post online and you feel the need to like try and attack that person because they somehow made it sound too similar to like what happened to you, that sounds like unresolved trauma, and you should probably get off the internet and deal with that unresolved trauma because it's probably having negative effects on your entire life that's making you lash out on people on Twitter. Pretty sure your childhood would turn them into a commie arsonist. I don't know how you could live my childhood and become a commie. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. South Africa isn't in their shipping track. That's sad. I'm sorry. If somebody literally told you to suck a pee-pee, stop trivializing my lived experience. $5, please. Lloyd Brown there, thank you.
You're getting a vigorous spanking because you've been a bad girl.
What? Thank you. The Blade and Soul post was an advanced form of what the Twitter morons were trying. Rhetoric to accuse you of bigotry with backup rhetoric already set up when our inconsistent views are pointed out, like a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And they have to hit you with like the trauma dumping because it's just like, oh, well now if you disagree with me, you look like a heartless individual who doesn't care about someone who's gone through degrading things. And it's like they have nothing to do with any of the points you're making. This is a video game. This is a folklore that's thousands of years old. You shouldn't fucking care. American Patriot, thank you for the 2 months of Proom. Thank you, thank you. Back when COVID happened, a former friend of yours came at you for calling it the Kung Flu. You're glad that despite it still being here, that kind of power is waning. Yeah, same. Absolutely. Jamaica isn't either. You're right under America. How can't they send it here? That is weird. That is weird. What the fuck? I know. You're still traumatized from the time a doctor admitted to you that you had a foot fetish and wanted to give you a prostate exam. What the fuck? That's very unprofessional. That's very unprofessional. Internet Zen Master, thank you. The Gamergate ride never ends. I wish that it would, though. Zenik, thank you for Zars. Look up the BlizzCon where the dude's girlfriend complains about the female characters, and wow, this war has been long running. Yeah, it's been a long fucking time, but like when you're actually slapped in the face with, hey, this post from 2015 could literally be written today, it's just like, fuck, dude. How have they managed to embed themselves and change shit for the worse so well? It just feels like somewhere we have dropped the slack and we need to do better in not letting these people embed themselves in games companies. I got Ruddy Two-Tone, thank you. It's a bit funny how this kind of discourse hasn't changed in over a literal actual decade. Specifically, it's been going on for 11 years. Good lord. Yeah, it's real bad. And I don't like that. It's real bad. If I close this tab, what's next? What's in the next tab? Rotting wood attracts termites. Unfortunately. Oh yeah, this. Oh, this fucking weird individual. This post was deleted. No! No! So the original post was just like this big fat guy and his wife who is very pregnant, but his wife is like much smaller than him. He's probably like 6'7" or something, and she looks like maybe 5'4". And he's just like really tall, really fat, and she's like really petite and pregnant. And someone's like, I don't know who these guys are. I don't know why everyone is hyper analyzing these guys. It's a couple expecting a baby. What exactly is the problem here? And this fucking retard says autopedophilia. And I was like, autopedophilia, much like autogynephilia, probably not manifesting in a totally normal fucking couple. I could be wrong. Maybe they have some like weird degenerate, we're gonna use the pregnancy in porn posting. Maybe, I don't know who they are, but with all the context I have here, they just look like big fat man with small petite wife. Who the fuck cares? As long as they're both adults, that doesn't fucking matter. And so I posted with an actual example of autopedophilia, which is this individual who also claims to be transgender, which, let's be real, this is an autogynephiliac, saying man left his wife of 23 years and their 7 children to fulfill his dream of living as a transgender 6-year-old girl. That is autopedophilia. That is seeing yourself as a child and wishing to be sexualized, and it's fucking disgusting. I hate when adults wear fucking pacifiers. I don't even care if it's like a VTuber doing it or if it's someone doing it for drug purposes, like at a rave. I think it's gross. It squicks me out, alright? Oh god, we're looping! Do people just not know how to spill their AO3 fetish list in public? I don't know, man. The guy talked about getting hard because he thought of himself as a girl. Yeah, exactly. And there was a nice reminder here from this cute little Kirsche account of when I did an update on this guy. I don't know if this was last year or earlier this year, but we did an update because, of course, this guy can't stay out of the limelight. You can't say you're a 6-year-old girl and also queer, fucking, kinky, happy poly family, please. This is all like... Taking people like this guy seriously and actually playing into him claiming to be transgender is what gives people with actual dysphoria a very poor perception by normal people. And it's really unfortunate that people like this guy are taken seriously. This is just disgusting, man. And it's like, I don't want to read this shit, but it's very easy to get people to just be like, oh, you're just transphobic. You're transphobic to this brave transgender 6-year-old. And it's like, no, this is very fucking clearly a fetish, and this guy is claiming to be transgender so that everyone has to participate in his fetish, otherwise they'd be labeled a bigot, and it's in Canada, so probably taken to court. How did we get here? How did we get here as a society literally forced into playing pretend with fetishists trying to use other people's mental condition as a cudgel to be able to perform their fetishes in front of children? Like, how did we get here? What fucking happened? Walsh has previously stated that the thought of being a woman or pregnant caused him to become aroused. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind! Literally every fucking time he opens his fucking mouth, it's literally just a fetish! During a podcast, he told the hosts he had developed an erection from the thought of being a girl. That is autogynephilia. You are not transgender. Stop harming dysphoric people by using them as a shield to force people into participating into your fetish. I hate this thing. I don't even want to call him a man anymore. He doesn't deserve that. True. True. Men don't deserve that bad juju. She's about to yeek. Disoptimist, thank you. Wow, been that long since a new model? My original live 2D was supposed to be finished in 2020. It's still not finished. When was the last time I sent a message to the rigger? Let's see. Let's go to my messages. Let's see here. Because the last time I sent a message to the rigger, it was on stream. Let me see. It was 4 weeks ago. That's about a month. That's about May 2nd. Yeah, it's June 5th. Let's go. Hey, D-John. It's, been another month. I have not heard from you since December. I really wanting to know what's going on, my guy. All right, there we go. Mustard Man. Girugamesh, thank you. Sorry, but Beeboo from Hololive's the only VTuber to pull off the pacifier. I just don't like it. I just don't like the pacifier. Phoenix DS, thank you. The 6-year-old used to be the truck driver, too. Weird. What? He was a truck driver? Battleizer, thank you. People nowadays wish for function to be as poorly reasoned, written, and made as real life. You hate them for that, yep. Yep. Contracts with artists should involve beefy, wise guys with striped sweaters from now on? I guess so. Phoenix DS, thank you. Sometimes on X, you spend time just whimsically shitposting here and there. I do too. And sometimes I'll even forget when I posted something. And then I'll just like scroll my timeline looking for something and be like, wait, when did I post that? You can tell Kirsche is a New England girl because she says person of rigging like it was an everyday slur. What do you mean? Rudy Two-Tone, thank you for the... I read that already, thank you. Thank you. Don't forget the bowler hats. The Pakistani National, thank you. Now that I finished E33, am I getting to Stellar Blade? I kind of want to do a Digimon game next. I'm kind of in the Digi mood. I want to Digivolve, man. You just got here. Did Kirsche get screwed out of art again? No, I just haven't heard from my rigger since December, and so I've been sending them a message kind of almost every month on stream. Looks like I missed April, but I messaged them like March 26th, so, you know, potato, potato. And Kirsche has goons in her audience. What? What? I know when you... What else do I have in my tabs here? I see another tweet from me. I don't know, I was busy. I was busy on Twitter. Oh yeah, this guy. Imagine being the girl who gets pity raped at the CNC orgy. There were a lot of people who didn't know that CNC was consensual non-consent. But this is a Matryoshka doll of a tweet. You got someone named Romy that says, everyone's like, you can't give advice about meeting someone. You just got lucky, met your husband at an orgy. That's just totally random and not something anyone else can do. You got lucky. You met your husband at an orgy. I don't think those two sentiments belong in one sentence. But then someone named Rhett responded and said, I also met my girlfriend who I'm obsessed with, along with other people I've dated or simply become normie friends with, at a gangbang or CNC, once again, consensual non-consent orgy. It's just like the square dancing club our parents went to, but for hornier people. I could not imagine having to, like, tell the story about how you met. Someone said, we got to nuke San Francisco, man. And then Captain Miglou said, I wonder what the etiquette at the CNC orgy is. Like, how do you avoid pretend raping the unattractive girls without hurting anyone's feelings? And then Ayla of gangbang notoriety, she even made spreadsheets on her gangbangs. She said, this is actually a huge problem. Apparently a huge problem to contend with in the consensual non-consent orgy world is how to avoid raping someone consensually that you find unattractive. Which, if we're consensually non-consenting and we're also LARPing and rape, wouldn't raping the unattractive ones be more of a role play than just pretending to rape the attractive ones? Like, that would add to the story, would it not? But it's like, I couldn't fucking imagine, like, going to, like, my parents and being like, Jeremy and I have been dating for 10 months now, and it's time to tell you guys that we're serious, and we want to tell you the story of how we met. It's kind of sweet, actually. There was a giant orgy that we were having at a downtown LA hotel, and my husband was double bricking up two women at once, but I could tell there was something wrong. It was just the way his face contorted. I knew he was actually pretending to rape a woman that he didn't really find attractive. And so I saddled up next to the unattractive woman and I said, oh no, I dropped my lipstick on the ground. I hope there's no swarthy men around who would take advantage of me when I bend over to pick it up. And he immediately stopped pretending to rape the unattractive woman and came right into me. You know, it was like I just saved this man from an unopportunistic ability to come inside of a woman he didn't find attractive. That would have been so embarrassing for him. And that's how I met your father. Please stop writing smut live on stream. My head hurts. What is happening? Toast engineer, thank you.
So, if you remember the chick who did the birthday gangbang you covered back when it happened.
Yeah, that was Ayla.
Met her husband at.
What?
I unfortunately, through no choice of my own, know these people IRL because everyone in Silicon Valley is like this.
Toast engineer, thank you. And also, I am so sorry. That's fucking wild. That's fucking wild. If you were like the host of the gangbang, you could forever just be like, oh my god, my best friend found her husband from my birthday gangbang! What the fuck are we doing? Oh, what the hell? What the hell? That was weird. I had like a very tiny hiccup and a little bit of vomit came up with it. I had to take a drink of water. I ate an egg sandwich, but some reason the vomit tasted kind of like cake. It's even worse because Ayla doesn't bathe. What the fuck do you mean she doesn't bathe? Marmalin, thank you for buttering my
dog! As much as my
dog!
parents and how they met Kirsche. I sent you that in confidence.
Look, man, sometimes I just gotta ask if I can use your life stories for stream content.
Yes, they are
Thank
exactly
you,
like
Marmalin.
that about it.
Toast Engineer, thank you. That's horrific, and I wish I could pretend these people didn't exist, but unfortunately I can't because they also vote. This is a way better present than all the STDs I got. Good lord. Was there at least a good buffet at the orgy? Nah, it was all clams. Mark Alexander, thank you. Wow! Wow. BGM Doko. How fucking long has that been off? But I'm tissy and I'm here all night, chat. Oh my goodness. Universal suffrage was a mistake. Haven't women suffered enough? I think my headcanon was more tame than what actually happened. Thanks, I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Oh, let's see what else are in these tabs, because they're all discombobulated. Representative Brandon Gill, beep, throws Ohio Democrat state senator into tears by asking, has Somali immigration been good for Ohio? Yeah, this was something I quote retweeted, and it's like, if you are supposed to be a representative of our country, you probably shouldn't burst into tears at having to recognize reality.
Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you.
Do 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 do.
Thank you. Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Thank you. Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Slaves, this is your song.
Thank you, Crozan! Crozan with the 22222. How do you get .22 of a slave? What part
Hello,
gets cut off?
Kirsche. Guess who got the first installment of my hiring bonus? Here's your cut, since it was your suggestion. Stable job, new apartment, and getting fit, and you helped a lot.
Hell yeah!
Thanks for everything, Foxwoman.
Bro, you sound like you have reoriented your entire life in a good way. Congratulations! Congratulations, and nice on the first installment of the hiring bonus. We love bonus you. Thank you, Crozan, to contributing towards my air conditioner fund. I am a swamp beast right now. I had a pot of ice just in front of my fan, and it's already all melted. It's gone. It's fucking gone, brother. He's obviously just distraught about no longer being able to support Jubbaland. Oh my god, the fucking Jubbaland people.
Has Somali immigration been good for Ohio?
You know, that's really outside of my purview of
You're a state senator. Would you like to see more?
No, you're a state senator. That's exactly in your purview. What do you mean? You can't dodge the question. And I really hate this game of acknowledging reality is bad, so we have to play this weird cat and mouse catch game where, like, you have to ask them just a regular question that any normal human being should be able to answer. But everyone has been conditioned over the last, like, 20 or 30 years that if you speak about reality, you are a bad person. You must do everything in your power to ignore what reality is showing you. Only then can you be a good person, TM.
Now, as far as I'm processing your question, and I have to say that I was almost brought to tears just now.
72%.
Because
Like, first of all, no, she wasn't. She doesn't look like she was almost brought to tears. That is so performative. Second of all, if you were actually almost brought to tears, you should be immediately recalled. You do not belong in the position that you have. You are fucked up. You are no good. You will not be able to make non-emotional decisions. And as I'm looking at this woman, I'm confounded because the woman behind her has really long fingernails, but they're either not painted or they're painted a flesh color, and so they look really bad. They look like the hands of a corpse. Woman, please, your hair is pretty. Why have you done this to your fingernails?
Somali
rate,
immigrants are on
the rate
welfare.
and the level of hateful rhetoric.
It's not hateful rhetoric to point out the Somalians are scamming you! You dumb whore! If it was like the Irish doing it, we would be saying the same fucking thing! But it's not the Irish! It's the Somalians!
Based
You're
on
defrauding your
false
state at an
information.
astounding rate, and I think that
Shocking.
most Ohioans
It's
would have a
shocking
problem
to me.
with.
It is shocking to me that you would assault me by asking a question about reality that you know I can't answer without losing demographics who vote for me. I'm unable to acknowledge that Somalians are committing fraud at insane levels and we've done nothing about it. Because if I do, I will lose voters. Sir, how dare you ask me about reality?
The lack of even humanity to
I
group
think it's
a group of
inhumane to
And this is all they do. They have to make you feel bad. They have to try and shame you for acknowledging reality because they need that compliance in order to keep pushing their ideological bullshit.
allow
people
your own
together.
state to be
I
defrauded
am
at
shocked.
astounding
I
rates.
am shocked
Billions
and
of dollars
appalled by the
taken out of the
behavior
pockets
here
of
right
working
now.
class people.
I am.
And again, this is an individual who doesn't even care about Somalians. She doesn't care about the color of someone's skin. She only cares about being able to use the color of someone's skin to further her own ideology and get her more votes.
I
going
am
to
shocked.
criminal fraudsters.
Because
I certainly
in
have
every,
a major problem
in every
with that.
community.
Has some
I was like, actually just insane. This woman does not belong in our government. She cannot lead. She cannot make decisions. She is
I
woefully
may have to
incompetent. Get her
disappear
out.
soon. Just got a text that my buddy's wife somehow got her car stuck in the mud in their fully fenced-in backyard.
What?
I'm on call if they cannot figure out how to put his truck in 4WD to pull it out.
Mr. Bigglesworth, thank you. Sorry to hear about that. I don't know how did she get her car in the fenced-in backyard in the first place? That's very weird. You don't deserve your seat, right? How dare you talk about how Somalians are scamming us? How dare you inform the American people about how their tax dollars are being stolen by Somalis? Don't you know that that's both racist and it's going to remove money from these Somalis, which we don't want to happen? Help.
The Isla doesn't bathe thing is real. Honestly, I kinda always wanted to link Kirsche to the articles she wrote about how to stay clean without touching water because Isla literally is just dark side Kirsche. Their autism is identical. It's uncanny.
Dark side Kirsche. She's my dark side Phil. Thank you, Toast Engineer. I'm kind of interested on how to stay clean without touching water. But I don't know if it works, right? It sounds like it wouldn't work. Like, you can't dry clean a human. Like, I even have, like, a dry brush for my body, and I will dry brush myself occasionally, but I still shower regularly. Because even if I hate touching water, I know that it's necessary to actually get clean. I'm not retarded, I'm just a little autistic. Would not trust her deciding whether or not the preschool kids would have yogurt or applesauce as a snack today. True. Chinchillas take dust baths. You could try that. I don't have fur, though. Can't dry clean a human, but have you ever tried dry brush? So one thing that you can do for, like, exfoliation is when your skin is dry, they sell these special bristled dry brushes, and you brush your skin, and it removes all of the dead skin. So, like, if you an ashy bitch because you forget to moisturize, you can get a dry brush. No fur, fake Italian. I mean, I got ears and a tail, but, like, I'm not covered in fur. Having a dust bath and only getting my tails and ear clean, like, ears, I have more than one. That wouldn't be helpful. Kirsche dead skin on sale when? My booba have finally stopped peeling. I still have my sunburn, but it's not itchy and it's not peeling anymore, so it's just kind of red. A lot of us do miniature painting, and we know what dry brushing is. Oh, your thing is cute. Me. Yeah, somebody asked. Do you like having your tail pulled? Asking for me? Yes! You're still sunburned? My skin takes a long time to recover from any damage because it is the skin of a frail Victorian child. So stupid that now that there's evidence, their only thing is, that's not proof. Prove it, you racist Republican MAGA thing. So much hate. It's kind of ridiculous. They've completely lost the plot years ago, but it's slightly getting worse.
$2,000 per hour prostitute and incredibly influential in the tech community. She does not stink, the stuff works. She's a very intelligent woman, but her father was a psycho and tortured her and it drove her nuts. It's a fucking tragedy.
That does sound like a tragedy. That sounds actually really fucking sad. If it works, all the more reason to link it to me. Holy shit. If some sort of, like, keeping yourself clean without showering works for a woman that takes, like, 7,000 dicks, imagine the smell. Surely it would work for a gamer grease nerd that does nothing but sit in front of a PC all day. I'm less stinky than that. Woman, you get sunburned by moonlight. True. True. The porcelain queen. You've never heard white people say ashy skin? Only your friends who have brothers have said that? Everyone gets ashy. It's just easier to tell when a brother's ashy because his skin is darker, man. But, like, yeah, white people get ashy. If you don't moisturize, you have skin flaking up, man. You have skin flaking up. It's just harder to notice when it does that on a white person. Oh, it's just like, if somebody doesn't, like, bathe correctly, right? You could even get to the ashy point where, like, if you rub their leg, you can pull up, like, bands of skin. It's so gross. It's so nasty. And your mom and your mom and your mom and your miss, thank you. Starting the boob flake bidding at $25. Thank you. Thank you. I said thank you to you and then immediately lost your message. Cannot get ashy if you cook bacon regularly. Just rub the pork fat into your greasy man flesh. Okay, don't do that unless you plan on becoming a farmer in a rundown farmhouse and you invite people over to, like, buy your chicken eggs, but they're not actually buying chicken eggs. They're going to be hung up on meat hooks in the kitchen and used for tonight's dinner. You used one of the washing gloves that's almost like sandpaper to peel off all the dead skin in the shower. Ooh, that sounds really nice. That sounds great. You have eczema, psoriasis, dandruff all over your goddamn face and beard. I get dry skin, like, inside my ears, and that feels obnoxious because, like, you can start feeling it inside your ear canal when, like, the skin flakes up. But if you, like, try to pick at the dead skin inside your ear too much, you make your ear bleed, and that's probably not good, right? Massive Doge, thank you. You're going from ashy to classy. Oh my god. I wanted to show this off because we see so much in current year of, like, horrific, disgusting DEI sculptures. And this guy actually made a really good looking sculpture. And not only is it really good looking, it's fucking huge. Look at this. Apparently it's a World War I memorial. You would pay for this out of pocket. It's gorgeous. I don't even want to imagine how much something of this scale costs to make. Hot leg. I don't see a single woman working on this. Return the arts to the men. Remember when World War I was the war to stop all wars and the income tax was levied to pay off the war debt, but then we just kept having war and taxes? Pepperidge Farm remembers. It's not current year, Fox. That's down in DC since, like, 2024, if you're recalling correctly. I don't know. This guy just posted about it June 3rd. So he posted about it yesterday? No, 2 days ago. What we make and who we are is inextricably connected to our rich history. If you destroy that history and the idea of higher power, you destroy a part of each and every one of us. You destroy our moorings and our grounding. That's why I sculpted the National World War I Memorial, to fight the destroyers. So even if it's been in Washington, D.C. since 2024, I haven't heard about it until now. And this is the guy who made the sculpture talking about why he made it and why he wants to make sculptures like this. I don't think I'm in the tax bracket to be able to afford something like that, but I would love to commission him if I could afford it. It's actually crazy. Actually crazy. I want to be able to pay people who make real art. Make art beautiful again. We must remember. Absolutely. Absolutely. Foxwoman found the on switch on her mic. I don't know. I restarted my PC and it just started working. No idea what was wrong. You need a woman's opinion. Which caliber vector should you get as a man? 9mm, 10mm, 45? I would go with the 45. Like, in order of vector, 45, 9, and then get the 10 if you want to have fun. Very nice. Protect it from the copper thieves carefully. There is so much made out of copper that I didn't even realize. Just like existing in the area that I live in. And I was like, that's crazy. Nobody's looted any of this copper yet. My last swan song. Thank you for the 20 months, my guy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. The statue cost $8 million. Yeah, I have nowhere near that. Maybe I could do like maybe $18, all right? Like 9 mil is a lot of fun, and you can get massive drums. 45 is fun because a lot of fuck you fast with a FRT. Huh? Well, yeah. It isn't copper colored or wire shaped. Also, you know, fair. Imagine that, a restart of the PC solving a problem. I don't like restarting if I'm already streaming, though. It's obnoxious. You would want a life-size statue, but just one person, not that large. That would likely cost around 1 mil, if not double that. Depends on who is buying and why. Yeah, I mean, like, if I was really, like, able to afford something crazy ornate, I would definitely be willing to pay, like, $20,000 for a, like, statue. I'm not in a tax bracket where I could afford, you know, crazy fucking statues. But if there was something that I was like, I really, really want this, and this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I feel like 20,000 would be too little for that, but like that's, you know. Did a restart break the PC to begin with? It did. It did. Gotta get those crystal doorknobs. That guy deleted his post! I was like, hey buddy, I like your doorknobs. He deleted the fucking post, man! How am I supposed to look at his doorknobs? A marble wall-mounted water feature. Yeti, thank you. You recognize that the statue, the Swedish metal band Saturn, helped pay for it from ticket sales during their tour to end all tours. That's pretty cool. That's pretty fucking cool. EHEF, thank you. With enough heat, you can remove 100% of germs and bacteria. I think that would also remove your flesh. Sean Haruki, thank you. Medicare announced he's going to stream tomorrow at 7 EST, right at peak Foxu time. That's weird. Usually he streams at 8. Why is he doing it an hour early? Fuck yeah, Sabaton? Oh, did he mean Sabaton? He said Saton. Did he mean Sabaton? A cunning Druga, thank you. Your hair is almost shoulder length. Should you cut it? That depends. Do you want to look like a fucking bun-up Viking, or do you want your hair short again? It will only cost $50,000 to have them make a gold-plated life-size Kirsche, but it'll be well worth your kidney for it. Don't do that. He's coming for your super berries. Oh, no. I like your doorknobs. This is not a euphemism. I am autistic. True. True and fucking real. And speaking of autistic, here's Travis. He said, quick website request, BGM, for Ferrero North America, which owns Famous Amos cookies. Isn't Ferrero? Yeah, Ferrero Rocher. I was like, I recognize that. Nutella, Kinder, Tic Tac, Fannie Mae. Isn't Fannie Mae the, like, student loan people? Butterfinger, Crunch, Baby Ruth, Keebler, Mother's Cookies, Famous Amos. Travis said, on this page, Famous Amos ingredientsforsuccess.com, could you add to the FAQ, is racial discrimination legal in the US? And then the answer, no, we have been reported to the US and New Hampshire Departments of Justice. Ein Moment. Ein Moment. Okay. Oh Lord, she typing. Zizix, thank you for the 18 months. You haven't been able to watch nearly as much lately, but you hope me and Chad have been doing well. Hell yeah. Hopefully you haven't been able to watch much lately for good reasons. Increase in job time, getting a girlfriend, something wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, my guy. Sally Mae is school loans. Fannie Mae is investing in mortgages. Oh, why are they all Mays, man? But, it also shows a screenshot here that says application requirements. Black small business owners are invited to apply by submitting a short video pitch. Entries are judged by a panel of renowned black entrepreneurs, and 10 finalists are selected to compete in the next round. Ultimately, 3 winners will each be awarded $50,000 and access to mentorship, educational resources, and networking opportunities. We invite all eligible candidates to apply by completing the form below. And yeah, that's just inherently racist. Instead of saying, we invite small business owners, why do they have to be black? Why are you specifically offering money, access to mentorship, educational resources, and networking to only one race of people? Offering benefits and monetary compensation to one race of people is inherently racist. What are you doing? And then Travis shows an email to the Attorney General at New Hampshire saying racial discrimination by a business in New Hampshire. This is State Rep Travis Corcoran. I'm requesting that the New Hampshire DOJ investigate Ferrero North America, an American firm headquartered at 10 Waterview Boulevard, Parsippany, New Jersey. He links the website and doing business in New Hampshire via retail sales of baked goods and other business activities. This American firm is discriminating against 99% of New Hampshire citizens by excluding them from certain business activities based on legally protected characteristics, race, as seen here. And he links the same website. And the text about how black small business owners are invited to apply. I believe that this discrimination violates state and federal civil rights laws and would appreciate the DOJ investigating. Thank you. Patriot. This is absolutely what people should do when they find these violations. And he shows doing it the U.S. Department of Justice. Contact the Department of Justice to report a civil rights violation. And shows the description of what happened. It shows the report successfully submitted. So this is what, if you find somebody doing these things, violating the, non-discrimination stuff, just file a report. It's so simple, so easy. The phrasing of this is just so legally loaded. That's how us autists talk. That's why, when I sent that email to that one HVAC company where I was like, hey, I got an invoice, but you guys didn't do any work, and so I don't want to pay the invoice. I would appreciate if you took care of this, and if you don't, I'll have to contact the New Hampshire Board of Consumers or whatever. I can't remember exactly what I said. It's been too long now. But they responded in, a very angry manner, where they were like, I don't need to be threatened to do right by my customers. We already got rid of the charge. It's like, well, you didn't tell me that, so... I'm not trying to threaten you. It's just I've been fucked over too many times. And I'm really autistic about the way I say things. Each reported company is worth 5 to 10 immigrants to ICE, Open Twitter day ruined. Someone complaining about the reflecting pool, saying it was fine before. Fuck them. We have a beautiful reflecting pool now, buddy. It's great. It's great. And speaking of, here's another person that said... I see hashtag two-tier policing as the top trending item this morning. Let's make this very simple. It does not exist in the UK. It is a racist dog whistle invented by the far-right Reform UK. Count Dankula very aptly replying, the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. I have no idea how anyone thinks that this kind of lying would work. Also, of course, they consider themselves a political commentator. No wonder they're so adept at lying. Jen Jacko, thank you. Show you on the invoice where the bad AC tech touched you. Two-tier policing doesn't exist in the UK, and we will arrest you if you say otherwise. The UK, probably. Remember seeing people freak out about the blue water? So you said, what next? Green grass! Phoenix DS, thank you. Fox who compliments Crystal Doorknob. Poster probably feels stalked. Deletes pic of doorknob, making the Fox who sad now. I hope it wasn't my doorknob comment. I would feel sad. Oh, man. Your mom asked what was going on with the reflecting pool because people were walking on it. She's happy they drained it and got rid of the dead fish. Yeah, they made it look pretty. They made it look nicer. I have a tab somewhere that shows the fucking reflecting pool. Where's my reflecting pool tab? I want to see it. I want to see the pool. It's gonna be so nice. Can you swim in the reflecting pool? You get arrested if you take a dip. He in a tweet admitted that there is two-tier policing, but that it's okay because we had 100 years of white supremacy. I don't think this guy wants to know what 100 years of white supremacy would look like. Because we certainly have not had that, actually. Oh my god, Wanted Drip! Or Wanted Rip. Drippy Ripper. Thank you, Wanted Rip, for the 10 gift blankets on Kick. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. They don't like it if you do. You tried it as a kid. That's probably the perfect time to do it, right? Because, they're not gonna do anything if you're a child and you went swimming in the pool. If we replace racism with racism, then it's all good. It's racism against the right people, right? As long as they deserve it, then racism is okay. It's for reflecting, not waiting. So you say I have to look into it and reflect. I literally saw this tab earlier. What the fuck am I doing? Every single tab I'm opening, I can't find it. I can't. Oh, here we go. We're so fucking back, chat. The water is on, the reflecting pool is reflecting, and DC is looking better than ever. We're so back. Thank you, President Trump. And it doesn't look like it's full of water yet, but it's full of nice looking clean water. And yeah, it is reflecting again instead of being covered in disgusting algae. I don't know what the fuck's going on over here though. That looks like weird homeless encampment shit. It just looks so nice. They treat rhetoric with more importance than reality, unfortunately. Yep, racism against people that didn't own slaves by the people that did own slaves, blaming those that didn't own slaves for owning the slaves of those that did own the slaves. Fun. Imagine what we could be like if slavery just never existed and we never had to bother with any of the slavery discourse. Pool status closed, but for reflecting this time. That's contractor equipment and supplies. Oh, that makes sense. You saw a Democrat woman crying in frustration that Trump did it because she has to admit it looks nice. That's really fucking funny. That's what the fuck is wrong with people. Like, I have to pretend to be upset lest people think I actually support Trump. And speaking of wild things that people say, Plattner was down to rape a dude, just not in a gay way. Happy Pride Month. And here's an excerpt, I guess, from some article about Graham Plattner. If people don't remember names, like I don't remember names usually, Graham Plattner is running for something in Maine. I don't know if it's like a Senate seat or governor or something. He's running for something. And he had like a Nazi tattoo. It's like a skull with some crossbones, but specifically a Nazi skull. It's got a special name. I don't remember what it is. Senate seat, thank you. And he's also just had like some really weird, unironic white supremacist moments. It's called a Totenkopf. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. And Dave Rubin posting, he said this a lot. If anybody ever broke in here, I would rape them, she recalled. Saying that he added that it would not be in a sexual gay, or sorry, not in a sexual way, not in a gay way. He was like, I would rape them to show them that I'm dominant. I know you're entitled to kill someone who enters your home, you know, like if they break in, you can kill them. But I don't think you're entitled to rape someone if they enter your home. In fact, I distinctly remember a woman getting in trouble for that. There was a woman who captured a burglar and kept him as a sex slave, and she got in trouble for that, actually. The way he described how that wasn't gay was actually extra gay. I'm not putting my dick in a man's ass for gay reasons. I'm doing it to dominate him because he broke into my abode. Like, what the fuck? As long as he says no homo after. It should have been me, not him. What the fuck? For some reason, they're making fun of Asmongold here. I don't know. That's strange. What else do I have? Oh. More on what was going on, I guess, with artists pulling out of the 250th anniversary. Fuck off. Bret Michaels guitarist explodes on double crossers after the Freedom 250 controversy. What does that mean? Bret Michaels may have bowed out of the Freedom 250 Great American State Fair last week, but Michaels' guitarist, Pete Evick, is pretty steamed over the reactions he saw as a result of Michaels' association with the event after the initial performers were announced. Within hours of the performance lineup, the multi-week event being announced, some of those booked started backing out. Michaels was arguably the biggest name associated with the event, but acts such as Morris Day and the Time, Young MC, the Commodores, and Martina McBride all distanced themselves from the event before Michaels followed suit. In his exit statement, the singer spoke about how what was being billed as a partisan event seemingly turned into something more divisive that was also posing a safety risk for those involved. The singer himself shared that there had been threats that are completely unfounded and unforgivable. Hey, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of also it still is a like non-partisan event seemingly turned into something more divisive when there is also a safety risk. No, whenever you interact with something that leftists don't like, you're going to get death threats. That's just kind of how things work. That's unfortunately just how things have been. I don't know how insulated from just everything. I don't know where he's been, But that's just normal. Battleizer, thank you. Distinctly remember a large gay man doing that to two burglars. I saved that image. I remember seeing that before, and I was like, I know I have this saved somewhere, but I don't want to hunt it down. Let's get a fresh one. Let's go. Shy Falcon, thank you for the member. Thank you for the member. In the guitarist Pete Evic's statement shared on his Facebook page on June 1st, the musician offers more insight into the backlash faced over the event, and he calls out a segment of the band's fan base that turned on Michaels as a result of his playing of the event. Within his post, Evic shared that in the 21 years of playing alongside Michaels in the Poison Singers solo band, he's witnessed the vocalist traveling overseas to play for the troops, building homes for veterans, partnering with several veteran organizations, donating millions of dollars and giving away tickets. That said, it appears as though Evic's biggest disappointment comes from seeing a portion of their audience that had either benefited or received an act of the singer's generosity, then turning on him over his association with the Great American State Fair event. Everyone has opinions, I know I can't change them, but I would certainly like everyone to have all the facts if you are literally turning your back on someone you loved 96 hours ago, says Evic at one point in his missive. He then continues, moving on a very personal note with a completely different tone. If Brett or me have ever put a dime in your pocket, given you a free ticket, a free meet and greet, a free hotel room, a free flight, a photo pass, or let you or your child perform on stage with us, gotten something signed for you or your charity, let you stand on the side of the stage, let you open for us, give you a shout out on social media, gone out of our way to call or FaceTime a sick or dying relative that we don't even know, or if you're one of those people when I've gotten Brett to show up to one of my local gigs and you were first in the line to be close to him who has now openly turned your back on him, fuck off. True and real. That's great. He adds, we see you, we see your posts, fuck off. I'm not saying you have to openly support him, but those that called us friends 4 days ago and have used and abused us and have now turned on us, fuck off. I saw it's pretty great. Evic's full commentary as he shared through his Facebook account can be viewed below, which is probably just what we pretty much read exactly, you know? 4th of July celebrations, which has always been his favorite holiday, 16 of the 21 years, I was unable to spend my favorite holiday with my children because we were out performing in honor of our nation, with many fundraising aspects for our troops. This particular concert was going to do nothing for the veterans directly. The only people that actually lose out is us, so we are now not getting paid. So why do all the actual things Brett has done for the veterans seemingly get erased for something that does nothing for them? Furthermore, if you dig and do enough research, you will see that on multiple occasions, we have played Trump's golf course for charitable events. Way before he became a politician, we performed at Trump's daughter's bachelorette party. Everyone has opinions, I know I can't change them, but I would certainly like everyone to have all the facts if you're literally turning your back on someone that you loved 96 hours ago. Yeah, it's actually crazy. It's unfortunate. Like, I love reading this, and I love when people post a response to the fucking seething freaks about this shit. It's obviously never going to get through to them. I'm never going to get through to them, because they have already decided that they are the heroes and anyone against them has become a villain. Well, appearing at the Pod Force 1 podcast, I'm sorry, the what? There's a White House podcast? Pod Force 1? Power, politics, and the people behind the headlines? I've never even fucking heard of this. Oh, it's the New York Post? New York Post podcast? Literally never heard of it. What the fuck is this thumbnail? Kurgan, thank you. They don't have friends, they have allies. True, which is why they don't understand the concept of friendship or what it means to be an actual friend to someone. Hey man, thank you. You gonna go out and perform at the fair? I can't sing. I can't sing. Minty fresh turds, thank you. I'll have one cocaine cappuccino, please. I would love some cocaine in the cappuccino, man. Let's fucking go. Do not install that White House app. Also, fuck the New York Post. They outright commit crimes on Twitter. I briefly talked about that, like, weird doxing article. I've loved using the New York Post for articles on stream because they tend to have more information in one place than other places do. But that, like, weird one where they were just like, oh yeah, here's the director of the backroom's home. Here's his address. Here's his parents' full names. Here's, like, other places they may have been. It's like, this is literally just a doxing article. Nobody wanted, what are you doing? Nobody likes a liar. We all know you can sing. I can't. I cannot, but I can. Noot, noot. While appearing on the Podforce One podcast, Trump was asked about the exodus of musicians from the planned 250 event to celebrate the country's history. He offered, "They're not really cowards, but I never even heard of these people. I never heard of any of them. They're boring. I don't even want them." And when I heard a couple of them canceled out, I was like, cancel the whole thing. We're gonna do a rally. Nobody's ever gotten crowds like I get at a rally. And this is where I disagree with him. I think it's funny that he's going to say, I never even heard of them. Who even are these guys? That's funny. But you shouldn't cancel the event and just do a rally. Nobody wants to just hear like another speech and only a speech on something that's supposed to be a huge fucking celebration. I think that instead of trying to get like old washed up Hollywood celebrities who will back out, and I think that Brett here is probably the only one who had a legitimate reason for backing out, because if they're getting death threats, yeah, I can understand the safety concerns. However, you're going to be performing with the president, so safety's probably going to be like pretty on the up and up, right? He's already had like, what, 5 assassination attempts? There's going to be good security there, all right? Just make sure that wherever you are, ask for the male Secret Service agents to like be watching your sector, you know? Just make that request. But it's like, why not go to some smaller artists? Why not look for smaller artists that are patriotic, that would love to perform, and that would put on a good show for everybody? You don't need washed up megastars. You can support up and coming artists. You can get people who are established but aren't as large name recognition as someone like the Commodores, right? Can I not get the DEI Secret Service? YouTube's been running ads over chat, and we called them out. Probably spite from the alphabet eventually, because screenshots sent in reports about YouTube TOS and running advertising while not. I don't know what you mean by this. We had an issue where ads were being played earlier, but Binary Mind disabled that. I don't know what other ads are showing up. Paying creators in live chat. I get people who don't hate America, the ones that do shouldn't be there to begin with. Yeah, like for a musician, right? Like, if I put myself in the mindset of, like, I'm a musician and I just got invited to play at America's 250th anniversary, that's fucking huge. That is, like, a fucking huge honor. Like, that is insane. That anyone would be like, actually, I can't play at this event because, like, Orange Man bad. Like, that's just fucking stupid. I don't care about the Orange Man. It's America's fucking birthday, buddy. The music scene hates America, you know? It's kind of ironic considering that they probably wouldn't have been as successful as they are without being in America. Next month is going to be pretty huge. 250 is crazy. I fucking hope so. I hope it's huge. Really dislike that Kick uses normal words like classic and clap as emojis. I didn't know that they did that. That's kind of funny. It's not just stupid, Kier, it's downright retarded. No one at all, obviously, thank you. Because it's for boomers. The boomers don't care about the smaller patriotic artists. They want the Commodores. Well, fuck them. Fuck the boomers. They don't even understand what's happening in our country anymore. It's like, I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired. A most pertinent question. This is an opportune moment to reveal those whose talent is unknown. Akin to me raiding into Celestium's stream. What do you mean? What does he mean by this? And in other terrible news, we have once again been betrayed by people who are supposed to represent us. The Senate killed the SAVE Act 48-50. Voter ID and proof of citizenship supported by over 80% of Americans dead. 4 Republicans voted no. Tillis, Murkowski, McConnell, and Collins. The Uniparty showed its face today. Is there even any audio here? Just wind. So they have a yes 48, no 51. Motion to waive the Budget Act with respect to the Graham Amendment to Session 2, the Reconciliation Bill. Is this just, I guess, showing the final tally on a video feed? Oh, cool looking fucking desk there, though. Nice marble. Yes, they vote this down, but then they ask for fucking digital ID bullshit, right? I think...
On this vote, the yeas are 48, the nays are 50, 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn not having voted in the affirmative. The motion is not agreed to.
These people absolutely need to be voted out. McConnell is either losing his seat or retiring. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he's already somewhat taken care of. I don't know what state these other last names are in. Like, I need their states with them to know, you know? This is so fucking retarded. Yeah, it's very retarded. He's like, I just want to fuck the American people one more time before I get out, you know? Collins is Maine, you think? Collins is Maine or Alaska. Tillis is North Carolina. Tillis and McConnell are retiring. That's really disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Can't help but notice nobody is primarying these clowns with a $45 or $35 million. Get more primaries set up, man. Get involved in your local politics. Can't vote Collins out or we get Plattner. That can't be the only option, man. That cannot be the only option. Tillis isn't up until 28. Oh my god, that sucks. Tillis, North Carolina. Murkowski is Alaska. Collins is Maine. Thank you, Binary Mind. Massey is now just being a massive dingleberry since the people in the Commonwealth of Kentucky said no, and now he's petty. Boomers in charge are doing their best to pull up the ladder. It's also tiresome. It's also tiresome. Apparently, there were, like, some rumors going around that Adam22 the cuck and Lena the plug, his weird wife, were getting a divorce. Apparently, this is incorrect. However, this person had a funny rundown. Be Lena the plug, date Adam22, launch OnlyFans, turn plug talk into a sleep with your guest podcast, marry Adam22, demand an open relationship with Jason Love, make Adam film her getting destroyed by Jason, make millions from cuckold content, drain 50% of his earnings, live lavish with Jason Love, force him into a boxing match just to watch Jason TKO his ass in 73 seconds, set him up, catch him cheating with a dude, file for divorce. They thankfully set a community note here, and it says, the divorce did not occur. Lena the plug denies the filing and claims it was unauthorized identity theft by a stalker. And when I read this, when I pulled up this tab before stream, I was like, that sounds kind of like my mom. Hold on, is Lena the plug leading a similar life to my mother? Because my mother had the fake claim that her ex-neo-Nazi hacked her Facebook and made people believe that she was dead. And then my brother told me, no, actually, there's no reason her ex-Nazi would do that because she just pretends to be bedridden while her husband is home. And when he goes to work, she goes to the motel that the ex-Nazi lives at and has sex with him. So this sounds like a very similar story to what's going on with Adam the Cuck and Lena the Plug. And then she made a video here. She made a video here that says, Lena the Plug confirmed she and Adam22 never divorced. They're still happily together in their open relationship. Someone tried to file for divorce on her behalf, but they're good and happy.
This story is so insane that if you don't believe me, I honestly don't believe
She looks like an evil witch in a JRPG.
you. Someone who is not me has been trying to file for divorce on my behalf. I know this because they've been filling out the paperwork incorrectly, and so it is being sent to my house. It happened in, I think, March and then in April. I guess they finally figured out how to properly file for divorce because now there's a legitimate case number at the courthouse under my name. They have been...
How does that happen? Like, even if you have a stalker, how are they able to file official paperwork in your name at a courthouse? That doesn't make sense to me. She looks like a frat house blow-up doll. Oh no.
forging my signature, and I know who they are because their name is on the check that got sent to my house claiming that I want to be divorced.
Those are always the best, right? When they like leave that information and you're just like, why would you do this? I mean, like, thank you for doing this because now you're gonna face the repercussions. You have fucked around and you're about to find out. But like, holy shit.
Now this TMZ article came out, so I have to tell you guys about this. It claims that I filed for divorce on my birthday. On my birthday, I was on Rodeo with Adam and my daughter shopping for my birthday. Not at the courthouse filing for divorce. This article also claims that I only get $3,000 a month in spousal support and that I have no access to any of our other finances.
What?
Basically implying that like Adam sends me out to work and then just hoards all of my money. Not true. We're both breadwinners, but I make more most of the time and I have access to all of my finances. So not true. I know that everyone out there was like so hyped, like everything that they've ever believed about us. They're like, yeah, we knew they weren't going to make it. They're divorcing. Not true. But what an insane story. Like, how am I going to undo this? When I called the courthouse to be like, is there actually a case number under my name? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, so what do I do? They're like, wait, we don't know because like you filed it. I'm like, but not.
Yeah, like how does that, can she actually get forced divorced by someone filing fake? Like what the fuck? What the fuck? More like breadwinner. Joseph Windle, thank you. You saw an AI music video with Kirsche in the thumbnail claiming she disrupted an Israeli attack by having too many tabs open. What?
Me, this other person, who I guess we can call like a crazy psycho stalker fan, maybe. My theory is that they're talking to a catfish person who's pretending to be me and claiming that like Adam does all this awful stuff to me, help me get out.
I mean, even if that's true, right? Even if that's true and they're a psycho schizo stalker, how does a psycho schizo stalker like able to do that? Like, don't you need personal, like more information than just like a name to file for divorce? Like, wouldn't you need like a social security number? How the fuck did they get that? Is this just like a stunt for social media? Like, I've never been married, so I don't know how divorce works, but I feel like you would need personal information that is so personal you typically can't find it online, right? So, that seems kind of weird. Or she made it up. Yeah, this seems like maybe a stunt to get more attention.
Out of it type thing, send me money, I need help. And so they're being duped by this person. This same person, because I know who they are, I know their name, had the cops come to my house 2 different times filing a wellness check. And I had to tell the cops, like, come in, I'm not being abused. So yeah, now I have to figure out what I'm gonna do to undo this, because I did not file for divorce. It sounds made up, but it's not.
At least she acknowledges it.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I know you wanted it to be true so bad, internet, but it's not. 10 years strong. We're still going.
If this is true, that is incredibly fucked up. And even if this woman is, like, vile and disgusting, I don't think you should harass her by, like, fake filing for divorce and whatnot. Like, that's incredibly fucked up. She knows who it is, but hasn't gotten a restraining/protective order. I don't know how easy or hard it is to get a restraining/protective order on, like, somebody online. So maybe that's just too difficult to do, right? Grouchy Otaku, thank you for the 2 fucking years, buddy. Thank you. It wouldn't surprise you, given how fraud-laden our systems are, that mass ID scanning stuff they're pushing right now definitely isn't helping keep SSN safe. I mean, maybe. Protective orders are hard without evidence of threats. Yeah. Archive everything, man. When filing for divorce, you need personal info such as social security, all of the marriage info down to the venue and cost, and employment information, tax filings. This sounds like a stunt for social media. It sounds very stunty because they've kind of fallen out of the, like, attention of Twitter, I suppose. But if it's true, don't harass people like that. It's fucked up. She might be gross, but don't try to file for divorce on her behalf. We had... This is from the Christian Post. It says, PBS Kids show Sesame Street continues sexual messaging with Pride post. I haven't read the article. Let's see. I don't know what the post was. One of TV's longest-running children's shows is facing backlash for once again linking its puppets to homosexuality on social media. Oh my god. I don't read Christian news articles often, so I'm not used to it just being blatantly said like that. Sesame Street shared a post on social media Tuesday which read, Happy Pride Month from Sesame Street. Join us in celebrating and uplifting the gay and lesbian members of our community. And they replaced gay and lesbian with LGBTQIA. That's on the actual tweet. It says LGBTQIA plus members. Yeah, that's kind of weird for a children's show to tweet out. The post also included an image featuring different rainbow-colored furs resembling the puppet characters from Sesame Street, such as Elmo, Cookie Monster, and others. Primarily geared towards toddlers, the PBS series, which was acquired last year by Netflix, I forgot about that, drew the ire of pastors and other evangelical groups on social media, including Turning Point USA, which criticized Sesame Street for its pro-LGB messaging. Sorry, my throat is tickly. Sean Hooglin, thank you for the In Australia, at least, if you have access to even a photo of a marriage certificate, $1,000, and risk federal time forging 3 signatures, you can divorce anytime. Yeah, she did say that her signature was forged, so that means that that guy, since they know who he is because he left his name on a check, that guy's kind of fucked. Weeb Conquistador, thank you. There was a massive leak a few years ago where nearly every American SSN was leaked online. Wow. Wow, that's fun. Hey Foxu, did you hear how Target is combating Pokemon scalpers? They're breaking the seals on the boxes they sell so scalpers can't resell them. That's kind of interesting. That's an interesting tactic. I told you they wouldn't stop at the frogs. This is literally a show meant for children, TPUSA wrote on X. Pastor Josh Howerton, senior pastor of Lake Point Church in Rockwell, Texas, also called out Sesame Street for marketing sexual lifestyles to children. I don't think I really need to finish the Christian Post article. We just wanted to see that tweet. Just wanted to see that tweet. But, Razorfist quote retweeted it with a Daily Mail article that says 3 underage sex assault charges against ex-Elmo puppeteer Kevin Clash dropped as the judge says statute of limitations has expired. I had no idea that Elmo caught fucking sex assault against minor charges. That's kind of insane. I had never seen this before. Tickle me, Elmo. Do you know who didn't get to the SSNs leaked? People who use data broker information deletion services. They're pretty fucking nice. They're pretty fucking nice. Oh yeah, the original Elmo was a total creep. That is kind of crazy. You thought there wasn't statute of limitations on sex crimes? Yeah, those are like the primary beneficiaries to statute of limitations. What do you mean? They always have to be around the kids. It's also tiresome. It's especially tiresome when someone tells you that they have sexual feelings towards children and then they tell you that they purposefully get jobs around children for this reason. And then everyone just ignores that like that's something normal people say. It's like, that's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucking weird. I wonder why nobody's saying anything about that. That's weird. I don't know much about NMP lol. I saw a picture of him with like Asmongold a week ago or something, but apparently he's been going through a divorce. I had absolutely no idea. But he said, NMP lol dropped a concluding update about his divorce on YouTube. There's 2 different courts, the court of public opinion and then there's the court of law, where I believe that was the best place to spend most of my time and focus most of my efforts. She wanted a 60-40 split, wanted me to pay her $5,000 a month for 5 years, a majority of my part of the split to be locked up in my OTK shares. Not to be able to talk about the case, lawyer fees. Essentially, what I'm asking for is a clean 50-50 split down the middle, just like I wanted in April and March 2025. The court ruling, essentially the same exact offer that I had offered her back in March and April 2025, with the exception of the extra $15K. Court case cost over $400,000 in lawyer fees. Expert fees, in my opinion. Most of it was unnecessary, but I had to go. I do believe that me not streaming was the quickest way to come to a conclusion. This whole thing has been quite stressful, so many things said about me that aren't true. Once I got this ruling, I literally broke down and cried. And after having said all that, I have no idea how he has the fortitude to say this next sentence. He says, wish Milena and her family the best. I have no ill will towards them. Hopefully things go well for them and I'm just ready to get back to work. I want to give this another try and see if I can still do it via NMP LOL on YouTube. I think if I was like dragged through court in a divorce where my significant other was demanding a lot more than they were entitled to, and then also like had this like weird court of public opinion bashing on me, I don't think I would be able to, yeah, I wish them the best. I'd probably be like, yeah, fuck them. Fuck them, buddy.
So I've been away for quite a while. Let me tell you why. At this point, the case is over. I've been trying to get this divorce settled. It was a lot longer process than I thought, and I haven't talked about it in any official way up until this point. There's 2 different courts. There's the court of public opinion, that is Reddit, Twitter, all those great and wonderful
Never
places.
believe
And then
Reddit.
there's the court of law, where I believe that was the best place to spend most of my time.
That's correct.
And focus most of my efforts. Divorce was filed by Milena in January of 2025. We had split up the previous year. It was amicable. We tweeted about it on Twitter. Everyone saw that. And the divorce ended up being officially filed by her in, like I said, January. I sent Milena a 50-50 offer down the middle in April of that year. She did not accept it. I did not know what she wanted out of this divorce until mediation, which was actually in November. And essentially what she wanted was the same thing she wanted in trial, and that's what we have here. I warned Milena that trial would be very expensive. It would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, but still we had to go to trial, and you'll see why. You can file divorce on other grounds, and I'll explain what those are. Cruelty. You can file for adultery, which didn't happen. Conviction of a felony, abandonment, living apart, etc. She filed on the grounds of insupportability. I'll explain quickly what she wanted. She wanted a 60-40 split because of her reasons listed. She wanted me to pay her $5,000 a month for 5 years.
So she filed for divorce based on insupportability, which I guess it sounds like he wouldn't support her. And so in the divorce filing, she demands that he supports her even more than she claims he couldn't during the marriage. What the fuck kind of backwards ass logic is this?
Wanted the majority of my part of the split to be locked up in my OTK shares.
Is this the guy who was glad those children drowned in the Texas River flood? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? What the hell? It is? What? What? He did say, what? What? Why would he say that? He made a dark joke? What was the fucking joke? He meant it as a joke, but it did not go over well. What did he say? He made the joke about the drowning kid. What? What was the joke? Yeah, I need to know what it is. What the fuck? On camera, he was glad that the girls drowned. You hope karma gets him? What the fuck? What's the guy's name? NMPLOL. Well, part of that was a joke. A joke has to be funny. Yeah, what the fuck? I'm gonna have to see exactly how he wrote and or said it to see if the joke excuse works. Maddie P, thank you. What the fuck? Let me grab this link. Let me grab this link. What the fuck? Okay, this was July 5th, 2025. 2.7 mil views. Oh. Watch as Twitch streamer NMP LOL, who has 1.2 million followers, makes dark jokes about the deadly Texas floods that have sadly killed 47 people help, and left over 27 girls missing from a summer camp. Watch as popular Twitch streamer NMP LOL, who has over 1.2 million followers, sparks immediate backlash during a 4th of July live stream in Austin, Texas. While live on air, NMP attempts a dark humor joke after learning about the catastrophic flooding across the state. Upon hearing that children were among the victims, he remarks, "They don't have much to live for anyway. When they grow up, everything's going to be AI. Everything they learn will be on ChatGPT. There is no future." His friends, visibly uncomfortable, try to steer the conversation away, recognizing the extreme sensitivity of the topic. Viewers responded with shock and outrage, slamming the comment as tone-deaf and deeply inappropriate, especially in light of the devastating loss of young lives. This comes as Texas reels from historic flooding that has killed 47 people, including 15 children, and left 27 girls missing from a summer camp.
Like 13 confirmed people dead, and like 12 like campers are lost right now from a summer camp nearby.
Campers? Is it children awake?
Younglings, Nick.
Okay. They don't have much to live for anyways. It's okay.
Wait, they have their whole lives ahead of them.
Yeah. What? Their whole lives, Bree?
I think the joke could have probably stopped at like, it's okay. They have nothing. Like, he clearly is telling it as a joke, but there were people on Twitter who were, for some reason, somewhat thrilled when those campers were killed by the flood, because apparently it was mostly white campers, which was That's a very strange thing to get excited about. But it's like when there are actually people, right? When you actually have people en masse like celebrating something tragic happening, it gets harder to like try and even make a dark joke about it, because everyone will just assume you're not joking like these other people aren't joking. Incredibly poor taste. I can see what he was trying to do, right? The like, this is a horrible situation, I'm going to try and tell a dark joke to lighten the mood. It definitely did not land.
It's gonna breathe. When they're older, every job is gonna be AI. Everything they learn is on ChatGPT. There is no future.
Like 13 can.
And the text was correct as well, right? Like after he said it, all the other streamers kind of understood. Hold on, wait a minute. This is not the time for that. And he just had to double down on it. You remember there were some scum saying that since they were Christian, everyone should be celebrating because they got to go to God. Yeah, there was a lot of just bad shit going around during that. Donut called him a gamer word because he had spent the whole day looking for bodies. Yeah. As a reference, it took us 20 years before people joked about 9/11. That's absolutely not true. In any way, shape, or form. 9/11 was joked about pretty much almost immediately after it happened. There's even a joke about how joking about 9/11 immediately after it happened was exactly the right time to start joking about 9/11. Unsub boys were absolutely fucking kings for what they did that day. Oh yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. If it's just a joke, bro, then I'm not laughing. Shit joke, 0 out of 10. Sometimes they don't land. And like, sometimes you might, like, they look like they're at a party, so maybe they had been drinking. I'm trying to give him like a crazy benefit of the doubt, but that was a really shitty thing to say. It was joked about in the middle of it happening before Tower 2 fell. As a reference, you can joke about tragedies the day they happen. Sorry, not sorry. His follow-up is retarded. You know, like, again, the way that he phrased it.
Younglings, Nick.
Okay. They don't have much to live for anyways. It's okay.
The way that he phrased it and his tone, it sounds like he was trying a let's lighten the mood with dark comedy, and it just did not land. Other streamers tried being like, bro, turn around, fucking about face, and he just doubled down, which made it even worse. He rolled a natural one and then tried to re-roll and got another natural one, you know? It was poorly made, unlike the 9/11 jokes. If he ended there, it's a clear joke. Yeah, the fact that...
Wait, they have their whole lives ahead of them.
Yeah.
What their whole
Yeah, see, that was a like, hey man, maybe not right now. Maybe not right now. And then he doubled down, and that's where it's like, okay, bro. You just, maybe don't do that. But it's not a clear malicious, like, oh yeah, they got what they deserved like some other people were doing. So I'm willing to give him a small benefit of doubt here. Rolled a nat 1 on that joke. That's your point? What a prick. Failed successfully. He's not quite funny enough to do it right. I don't know if I would be able to come up with something funny in that moment, so I probably also would have completely abstained. Gotta remember, he's a Hassan fan. Ooh. I don't like that context. How many points in intelligence here? Maybe Norm could do that job? Maybe.
She wanted me not to be able to talk about the case whatsoever.
See, that's a red flag. I would never sign anything, especially in a divorce proceeding, that was just like, you can't talk about the divorce proceeding.
She wanted the things about taxes. She also wanted me to pay her lawyer fees. So, what did I want? Let's get into it. Essentially, what I'm asking for in this is a clean 50-50 split down the middle, just like I wanted back in April. And
he's also still friends with Asman. He's a very sit-in-the-middle kind of guy. Okay, that's better context.
March of 2025. What we have here is the court's ruling. This is what everyone's been waiting for, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. Remember during...
Let's get right into the divorce!
Malena's disposition of issues, she had asked for a 60-40 split because of things like economic and financial abuse of the petitioner. She did not get that.
What?
The community estate was essentially just 50-50 split down the middle, with the exception of Starforge, which is about a $15,000 extra towards Malena, and it makes sense to me. I will probably earn more than her going forward, and that seems pretty fair to me. To summarize, it was essentially the same exact offer that I had offered her back in.
She filed for socioeconomic factors. That's just wild to me, man. Steve, man, thank you for the 222. You were cleaning the TV lounge in AIT military training during the 9/11 attacks, and the place was packed for the second plane. We were making jokes there. Yeah, it's like one of the ways that people deal with tragedy is by making jokes about it. But like the double down that he did was just like, bro, that ain't look good, buddy. Yeah, it's insane that there's an option for didn't give me enough money. Yeah, that's wild.
March and April of 2025, with the exception of the extra $15K, this court case lasted well over a year. It cost over $400,000 in lawyer fees, expert fees, and in my opinion, most of it was unnecessary. But I had to go. I had no choice. If I was to continue to stream through everything, people would have been harassing me about it the entire time, like they did when I first started. And I do.
I mean, even beyond like not being able to talk about things and having to field people wanting to know what's going on, when you're in like a court case like that, I think it's just best for your mental health to not stream during it. I think it's best for you to like focus all of your energy on the court case, right? Because like that shit can get really fucking stressful.
I believe that me not streaming was the quickest way to come to a conclusion with this divorce. Speaking for me emotionally, this whole thing has been quite stressful. There's been so many things said about me that just aren't true. It was somewhat exhausting, and once I got this ruling,
It's very exhausting when you constantly have to field people making shit up about you and lying about you. I get you, buddy.
I literally broke down and cried. Like I was like sobbing tears, you know, that it was finally over. This actually happened back in January when we finally got the ruling. But you know, lawyer stuff, it took until last month for it to actually be over. I wish Milena and her family the best. I have no ill will towards them. Hopefully things go well for them, and I'm just ready to get back to work. I want to give this another try, see if I can still do it, so.
That fucking sucks that he had a divorce from hell having to go on. Bitches like his ex-wife are the reason so many guys are afraid to get into a relationship. I mean, it's not my relationship, but I am kind of curious, like, what made her file like this? Like, that's fucking crazy to me. Like, did she just want to get with him to eventually, like, get thick divorce bucks? Like, I don't understand. That's just crazy. A Slendy Enderman, thank you. Bro said he wanted to get back to his content creation. What better way to do that than your divorce proceedings? It's a gold mine for engagement. True and real. 400K is kind of mid for divorce costs. They get nasty. I don't like knowing that that's mid for divorce costs. That's fucking crazy, dude. Also, speaking of fucking crazy, as a reminder, there is 1 hour left for courses!
Have you ever wanted a pet, but the responsibility of remembering to feed and water something alive is a horrifying prospect? Get your very own Kirsche today. This little guy is too low IQ to understand it's not alive. Do you already own the Conco's My Little Padded Room Magical Girl Kirsche plush? Well, get this companion Kirsche to keep her company. Or maybe you just want to commit war crimes with a reliable partner who won't snitch to Interpol about your dastardly doings. Get your Kirsche today. The Kirsche will continue to love you, no matter what. Except if you try to do it. Do not the Kirsche. The Kirsche is for loving, eating, and war crimes, not for doing. Buy a Kirsche for your Kirsche so that they don't get lonely inside your walls. Kirsches are valuable employees of Kirsche Mart, and if you find a Kirsche reverted back to a Kirsche, please call 1-800-Kirsche now to have her return to her original residence. Kirsches are also an endangered species due to severe retardation, overeating, and excessive use by world powers and military conflicts. Please know that owning a Kirsche does not give you the right to do it. The feds are listening to your every move. If you or a loved one has been assaulted by a Kirsche, contact authorities immediately, as you will not make it. You can buy your very own life-size Kirsche or a Kirsche for your Kirsche starting May 8th at 3 p.m. EST through June 5th at 8 p.m. EST. Get yours now before they escape and are gone forever.
Forever! 1 hour left! 1 hour left. I can't believe I've been playing that commercial for a fucking month already, man. It does not feel like it's been a fucking month. That's crazy. That's crazy. Did you actually say that fast? Stray Wolf, did you uptick the speed at all? Because I know I gave you some raw files where I did say it very, very fast, but I don't know if you upticked it to be any faster or if you just used my raw text, or raw speech rather. Buy your Kirsche, do not the Kirsche, true.
Update on the backyard mud car, they got her car out of the yard. I'm gonna go over on Monday and put in 6 feet of new fence and a gate for them.
Oh fuck
Wife
yeah,
left
buddy.
Car running and in gear, and it rolled through the fence.
What?
At least I'm gonna get paid for it.
How did she do that? Thank you, Mr. Bigglesworth, for the update. I'm glad they were able to get it out. You get to relax a bit and then go, I guess, fix a funny oopsie Funny, silly, oopsie.
Spicy cat raid. What the hell is this spicy cat raid?
Moomy playing games. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Raiders. You can hear some slight speed up artifact. I feel like he's sped it up like ever so slightly, but yeah, the raws are still pretty fast. A Dwood Head, thank you for the 13 months, my guy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. You did speed it up, however, the speed up is minimal. Yeah, see, thank you, Stray Wolf. Hey, minimal speed up. I can speak really fast when I want to. Tyranno Superior, thank you. Sorry you can't buy a Kirsche because your card is locked. Please give one a hug for you. How did you get your card locked? Do you have a PayPal? I mean, if you really want one, you could use PayPal, maybe. That could be a thing that happens. Have you seen Shorts YouTube vids on house inspectors with shitty made houses? Yes, it's always fun. It's always fun to watch those. You fear for the welfare of your cats and the dog. You don't know if your fur baby's health or worse, risking introducing a dangerous creature such as the Kirsche. They'll be friends! Friends with the Kirsche. If you ignore ours speaking faster, you know. Ordered a second Kirsche so the first one doesn't get lonely. Thank you! Buy a Kirsche for your Kirsche! You have less than an hour remaining. A Slendy Enderman, thank you. Kirsche can freestyle Rap God if she felt like it. There is a video of me attempting to freestyle Rap God. I did a recording of it. You guys, I'm a one-hit wonder, baby. I take one take. Know the difference between a hoe and a hoe? I mean, one of them at least works, right? And there's an order for 2 Kirsches. Thank you! 9 Jinx, thank you for 3 months. You've secured your very own Kirsche. Fuck yeah, buddy. Fuck yeah, buddy. I also saw someone ask if that's the actual size of the Kirsche. Yeah, they are pretty plump. They are plumpy. Fraser Redlick, thank you for the Canadians. Hey, Kirsche, you're going through kidney failure when your wife became your ex. By the way, thank you, chat. You're a transplant patient now.
Wanted to share a fun story with you, Foxu. Had a lone 30-foot tree fall in a rainstorm in a forest as I drove by at 30 miles per hour and it hit my roof square, crushing it in. I survived untouched. Long story short, I failed a quick time event.
That is horrifying. I think I would be like doing the woman screaming if a tree fell on my car as I was driving. What are the fucking odds? That is wild. Thank you. Thank you, Koi Kitsu, for the wild lore. And late to Lord Hood, thank you for the 17 months. Thank you, my guy. Thank you, thank you. And Fraser Redlick, that's pretty crazy that you were going through kidney failure when your wife decided to serve you with divorce. Even some like pretty petty people will at least be like, well, they're going through kidney failure. I should at least wait till it's over. That's insane. I'm sorry to hear that, Fraser Redlick. Holy fuck. Sphincter, thank you for the 8 months. Thank you for ordering a Kirsche. Thank you, thank you. B Jammin', thank you. If you thought that was crazy, McJuggernuggets and his wife had a, let's call it a medical miscarriage, and he decides to make a video about it. What the fuck is a McJuggerNugget? I don't know that name. Jen Jacko, thank you. Their dynamic always seemed weird to you. They seem to be milking each other for views, always one-upping each other on camera. I don't know. I'm not part of like one of the LA or the other stream cliques, so I don't really notice stuff that goes on in there. Slendy Enderman, thank you. Bro said he wanted to get back to his content. Oh, I already read that. Thank you. Thank you. And my mods actually linked me the Rap God clip. I don't know how Ziz found this. You're fucking crazy. But yeah, this was years ago I did this. Hey, doody. When was this? 2021, brother? Jesus.
What I gotta do to get it through to you? I'm superhuman, innovative, and I'm at a rubber, so that anything you say is ricocheting off of me and it'll prove to you. I'm devastating more than ever, demonstrating how to give a motherfucking audience a feeling like it's levitating, never fading, and I know the haters are forever waiting for the day that they can say I fell if they be celebrating, because I know the way to get them motivated. I make elevating music, you make elevator music.
Thank you, Ziz, for having that on tap. You missed the vector firing noises? They are pretty cute and funny. Kier election model. Fraser Redlick, thank you. She didn't serve them. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know why you wanted to take on the stress while you had kidney failure, but damn, that's gotta be crazy still. If you wanted it, I'm glad you're out then, my guy. Thank you. Holy shit, speed up Kirsche. That wasn't sped up. That was completely raw. All that was added to this was Ziz added the backing track. And probably removed any background noise of my cat screaming. Holy shit. Remember watching the election? Good times. Hell yeah, buddy. You still have the Jeb Bush rap. I can't believe Grokathy made a decent Jeb Bush rap. How insane. The times that we live in. 2021? You don't remember being there for that? Oh, I wonder who I had put the background music to it then if it wasn't you. I'm used to just asking for you. You're the sound rain man. The cat screaming is what you come here for. Fuck, my little fucking baby hairs. They keep poking my eye. Won't stay under my headset. Got 2 courses for 2 war crimes. That's like a BOA. A BOGO. Buy one, get one free war crimes, buddy. Ooh, sometimes when I make noises, I just want to like go into the we've already watched that. Oh, fuck yeah, buddy. Fuck yeah, buddy. Let's have another white pill. I love good news. I love good news, chat! Holy crap. ICE has just confirmed that it arrested the employers of 48 illegal immigrants in South Carolina. Both the plant manager and HR coordinator for a casting company in Abbeville, South Carolina were arrested and face years in prison. Is this what you voted for? Fuck yeah, this is what I voted for! Arrest them! Oh god, I know it's like, don't preemptively get too excited, because maybe our corrupt Justice Department will just let them off like we see so many times, but they're finally arresting employers! It's finally happening! Consequences for hiring illegals! Fuck yes! I love to see it. I love to see it. Look at these fucking disgusting individuals selling out their nation for cheap labor! You should also get the fuck out of my country!
Everywhere. I got an escort out this bitch. Black trucks. I get escort, gang. Look at this shit. This shit is diabolical.
Diabolical.
On my mama, that is. Man, I already got banned up there. My money fucked up.
That's fucking great. I know I see some of you guys saying like arrest means nothing without conviction. I know. I'm gonna be pissed if somehow they don't get a conviction, but the arrests are actually happening. That should be something to celebrate regardless, because how many fucking years have we been asking for repercussions for the employers of illegal immigrants? If people weren't hiring the illegal immigrants, they wouldn't be getting jobs. People die when they are killed. So it's good that these employers are finally having some kind of repercussion. Hopefully, yes, they get the conviction. The arrest will mean nothing without that. But I am happy that this is at least happening. It's something. It is something tangible. Please, for the love of fuck. Yeah, without an arrest, nothing happens. This is the beginning. A Slendy Enderman, thank you. You've been hit by an elderly woman before that threw your car up onto the sidewalk. You sighed and then proceeded to check her vitals. The 911 operator actually laughed about how you handled the whole thing. That is kind of funny. That is funny. Orion BT, thank you. Am I doing song requests? I'm not singing, buddy. Professor John Wolfman, thank you. You were so proud. I'm so fucking happy. Sonic Extreme, thank you. Hey, that's my home state. Heck yeah, your home state's doing good things. Disoptimist, thank you. Normally hate Yankees, but you're all right. I'm the noodle. And Mazurkonis, thank you. Need a cover of Supersonic by JJ Fad, done by Kirsche. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. Do you see how sad the owners look in their mugshots? Fuck laws and shit. Free them. You know, the leftists wouldn't even make that excuse because these are two white people who were the hiring, the plant manager and the HR coordinator. Even if there's no conviction, we can make the process, the punishment, just like the left has been doing for years, you know? And I brought up a little article. More than 50 arrested in an upstate immigration sting. 6 people were indicted on criminal charges while 48 workers at the Abbeville plant were detained by federal immigration agents. A raid focused on people who forge paperwork and hire workers living in the country illegally led to dozens of arrests at an Abbeville metal castings maker, law enforcement officials announced on Thursday. 2 managers were among the 50 arrested Wednesday, showing how South Carolina officials hope to keep people from entering the country without legal permission. 3 others accused of forging documents were arrested months ago, said State Attorney General Alan Wilson. Instead of targeting the workers themselves, officials want to stop the people believed to be selling them false papers for hiring purposes. Arrest all of them. It's so easy for people to get those, so that's the problem that we need to fight, said Crichton Waters, chief attorney overseeing the state grand jury. Crichton, he's a flower! Once law enforcement officers arrived at the plant at around 9:30 a.m. Wednesday, he said, they couldn't ignore that some workers had entered the country without legal permission. The state grand jury, which consists of 18 people who hear complex criminal cases, indicted 2 managers of the metal castings company, Bernstein von Salen, on charges of identity fraud to obtain employment, and criminal conspiracy and forgery. A message left by the SC Daily Gazette on the company's voicemail Thursday seeking comment was not returned. Another 4 people were charged with forgery and identity fraud under allegations they created and sold false documents to workers who needed them. All but 1 have been arrested. Authorities are still looking for that person. The investigation is ongoing, so more charges are possible. People shouldn't be afraid to go to work or out in public following the raid, Wilson said. State law enforcement officials don't intend to go after companies unless they have proof someone is fabricating documents or intentionally hiring people without proof of legal residence. I want to make it clear that we're not targeting communities because of what you look like or where you work. We're targeting specific conduct. We're following the facts of that conduct, and if it leads us to a crime, we're going to prosecute that crime. It's really sad that he even needs to say this, if I'm being honest. Like, he shouldn't need to explain that we're not arresting people because they're brown, we're arresting them because they broke the law. And also their employers are white, and they also broke the law to employ them. That water's so fucking warm, buddy. Jen Jacko, thank you. Where can you buy the Fox documents? I don't sell stationery. The employers are also getting arrested? Yes. Jace Woodrum, director for the state's chapter of the American Civil Liberties Union, said the raid will stoke fear among people who are trying to do what's best for their families. They can do what's best for their families in their home countries! Get them out! He cautioned that the investigation is still in its early phases, meaning people don't yet know the full story of what happened. The bottom line is that these employees showed up for work, and many of them will not be able to return home to their families. No. That's the whole point of the raid, is to return them home to their families, outside of the United States, where they belong. In other states, we've seen similar actions include gross violations of individual liberties that are guaranteed to all, regardless of immigration status. Once again, our Constitution should not be used for foreign invaders who break the law to come here. They should not get any of those benefits. And the fact that this lawyer can say this and people will agree with him and say that it should apply is part of the problem. Wilson said Operation Ghost Story, as the investigation is called, started in October 2024, when local law enforcement officers complained to the state attorney general's office that the Abbeville machine shop employed many workers without permanent legal status. And if you know of something in your area that is also hiring illegals, you should also report them to your state attorney general's office. That is your patriotic duty and something that you can do as just a regular Joe individual. Mr. King, thank you. You can't expound like you want to because YouTube's gay. Just want to say, let's see more of this. Destroy incentives for people to break the law. Exactly. Police in the area didn't feel they had the resources to investigate the case, so they reached out to the Attorney General's office and State Law Enforcement Division for help, said Wilson, one of the 5 Republicans running for governor. Undercover work and witnesses led law enforcement officers to believe the plant's managers hired workers several times under different names, suggesting they knew the documents were fake. The Attorney General's office decided to pursue the case the way that it would a drug bust. Rather than going after the people using the forged documents, investigators wanted to know where the documents were coming from and stop the people creating and selling them, in turn preventing more people from using them. This is the correct thing to do. If you find the illegals, you don't arrest them immediately. You go undercover, figure out how they're getting hired as an illegal that shouldn't have any proper paperwork, then arrest the people conspiring and hiring them, and then arrest the illegals to send them home. You arrest everybody, shut off the source, get them out, pack up the illegals, send them home. It's a twofer. It's just that easy. The false documents often listed real social security and driver's license numbers, which constitutes identity fraud, he said. And I've been talking about this for years before it even became something that was finally admitted in the mainstream. Yes, a lot of the ways that illegal immigrants are able to get hired and quote-unquote pay taxes, like so many lefties like to prompt, is because they steal other Americans' identities. They steal social security numbers. Even Tim at the old hotel that he used to work at said that some of the employed there have social security numbers stolen from other people. And the images do not match up on the licenses that were put into his company's system. So it's like, this happens. This has been happening. Jen Jacko, thank you. This is a good operation, just like the show Ghost Stories. My ability to enjoy that has been dampened by the fact that they lied about having permission to do that. Immigrations and custom enforcement officers accompanied state and local officers to check workers' residency status and detain anyone without the proper documentation. ICE is processing the 48 workers arrested with the intention of deporting anyone who lacks the proper paperwork to live in the country. Most of the workers came from Guatemala or Mexico, said Maria Summers, Assistant Field Officer Director for ICE. The Trump administration's focus on immigration helped accelerate the process, Wilson said, though he said the investigation is not a political issue at all. Once Trump took office, the state had more federal support to move forward. But the state would have pursued the operation either way, he said. He couldn't say whether the arrests were a direct result of a revival in agreements for local law enforcement officers to help federal agents detain immigrants. The city and county of Abbeville are not among the 42 police and sheriff's departments that have signed on to the program, called 287G agreements. SLED does have an agreement allowing agents to enforce immigration laws. A bill that would have required all law enforcement agencies that operate a jail to sign up for at least one version of the program passed the House 8426, but never got a hearing in the Senate. This was the second major raid the Attorney General's office has publicly participated in the past year. In June 2025, state law enforcement officers helped arrest 80 people at an unlicensed Charleston County nightclub. People at that club that night and advocates decried the raid for detaining people on civil immigration charges, not for criminal charges, and scaring the community away from large gatherings. I really hate this civil immigration charge, not for criminal actions. You came into the country illegally. I don't care the level of egregiousness. That is a criminal act. Get the fuck out. That was not the intent of this week's operation, Waters and Wilson said. The investigation is not about identifying hardworking people that are just trying to put food on the table, but we cannot ignore identity theft. We cannot ignore blatant violations of the law. I hope this is just a weasel word way to word this in order to prevent attacks from fucking the left. But you should not lean into their hardworking people trying to put food on the table narrative, because they're not. I don't give a shit. If you came here illegally, you must leave. If you've lived here illegally for decades, you doubly must leave. You've spent decades defrauding my country. You are not hardworking. You are leech-sucking scum. Get out. It's only bad if you do bonus crime. Absolutely ridiculous. And bonus, an anonymous source from the area, I asked him if I could read his thing on stream. And he said he had more information about this particular thing because he lives in the area. The ICE raid where the manager and HR lady got arrested happened less than a mile and a half from where I live. Every Mexican restaurant from here to Greenwood and Hanea Path closed down except for one. Straight up locked their doors and kicked everybody out immediately. The one that stayed open, his personal favorite, served all of the ICE guys for free, and they were all flexing having their papers, quote unquote, unlike the Prismian people. So ICE supposedly talked to the leadership at Prismian, which is 600 yards from the place that got raided, and now it's a comparative ghost town. No shit, 300 people plus their families abandoned town overnight. U-Haul hubs are empty today. Lots of shit boxes for sale on the roadside now too. Buddy's landlord didn't have any of his lawn care guys show up this morning. All gone. Whole town's reeling, and word on the street is that the HR people at Prismian are in a bind and might testify against the higher-ups in exchange for no prison time. The local road crews are gutted, reps are loitering at the Ingalls off North Main trying to recruit temps, and state transport police are running checks on damn near every 18-wheeler that rolls into town. Cop at the Crossroads gas station said 3 drivers detained so far today. Crazy shit. Thought you'd enjoy the info. Yeah, absolutely fucking mogged, and he was right. I did absolutely enjoy the info. And I was like, holy shit, please let me relay this absolute white pill to my chat. Fucking wild to hear. If only all of our towns could get that same treatment, that'd be fucking wonderful. I'd love to see it. Koikitsu, thank you for the bits, like the roaches when the lights turn on. So fucking exciting. John Vagar, thank you for the gift sub to the Uwu Gaming. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I think this erection will last more than 4 hours. Oh my god. Professor John Wolfman, thank you. For reference, it's pronounced Honey A Path. Thank you. I saw it and I was like, that looks like some Indian language. Honey A Path. Thank you, Professor John Wolfman. After hearing that, you got to open a cold one, a Mountain Dew in celebration. Fuck yeah, buddy! Makes you curious how many are in the cities near you. Your brother's been having quite a difficult time finding work. He's been unemployed for 3 months now. Well, hopefully he finds something soon. Pray for more immigration raids. Jen Jacko, thank you. It's great that they're doing this. You want to see it on a federal level because you know that they're not doing this in California or New York. Yeah? I mean, I would love to see it on a federal level, but that don't mean we can't celebrate it actually happening in other places. Hell fucking yeah. You'll crack a can of Arizona to that? I do not have a can of Arizona anymore, unfortunately. Oh man, but I would crack one if I had one. So thankfully we had some nice white pill stories today. It's wonderful. You love hearing it. Oh yeah, there's also this. Here we go. So everyone's favorite guy, Robbie Starbuck, he put out a video that says, "It's time to expose Harley Davidson again. What I found reveals shocking stupidity. I now see Harley Davidson as hopelessly woke. My previous videos exposing Harley resulted in a huge stock collapse and promises that they'd change. But have they? My investigation into their recent hires sent me down a rabbit hole that tells me they've learned nothing. I put a random word in there. From our last go-around. Their new CEO hire literally had DEI and woke policy deeply embedded in both of his most recent stops as CEO of Topgolf and Pizza Hut. That's the guy you bring in to change things, really. This included Pizza Hut funding a program during his tenure that he signed on to where they taught teachers to indoctrinate students with racist garbage about so-called white privilege. The document I lay out in this video shows how this program, which again he signed on to, directed teachers to put transgender books in their classroom libraries and have discussions about preferred pronouns and microaggressions with their kids in class. And it only gets worse from there. Their new chief brand officer, in particular, is a woke disgrace to the brand and writers. His name is Marcus Fisher, he, him, and let's just say he's not exactly a typical Harley writer. The he, him reference you'll understand after watching. Hiring him after you lose hundreds of millions due to wokeness is 100% indefensible. He came from a marketing agency that pushed DEI in marketing. He was the CEO there. Pushing DEI and wokeness is literally one of the big things that they did at his company. And you hire him after Harley gets torn to shreds for wokeness. It's incredibly, frustrating reading all of this from Robbie because, he's had access to all of my Bridge information far before I even wrote the article. I've sent him information on Bridge multiple times in DMs, and he's even said that he would, do something with it. But here he is, pretending to still not understand what's going on. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? It's either incompetence or total contempt for your customer base at this point. No. It's neither incompetence or total contempt. It's desire for cultural control, which I guess comes with a side of contempt, but that's not the driving reason. When you see everything I lay out about him, there's really no question about where things stand. At this point, I don't think Harley deserves another chance. I think it's time to leave them and move on from a company that's willing to be this blatantly disrespectful after pretending that they'd change. I have much more I'll release in the coming weeks, but watch this and ask yourself if this resembles the people you'd imagine running a motorcycle company. Absolutely not, just disgraceful. And the new CEO never even bothered to call or reach out in private over the 10 months since Harley announced his hire. Seems like malpractice to me. Why would the CEO of Harley Davidson reach out in private to you? Why would that even be something that they think of? Like, what? This would be like me getting angry that Matt Walsh didn't reach out to me when, like, I've made minimal attempts to even contact him. Like, I've sent him bridge stuff, but I'm not gonna get mad at him. I was like, he's fucking busy. Who the fuck am I to him, right? Like, I'm just a cartoon fox. I'm not like a large commentator for anything. He's not gonna know who the fuck I am. Every day he feels like more of a plant by these companies, you know? Because he's him, Kirsche. He's the DEI guy. I was like, it's nice to hear this information, right? But it's like, did we need to even get to this point? If we had people talking about Bridge 2 years ago, when I said that Harley Davidson wasn't dropping DEI, maybe we could have prevented any of this from happening in the first place. This has been 2 years of knowing that Harley was still co-opted. 2 years of Robbie Starbuck not paying attention to it. What are we doing? Pull up their stock ticker and look at his lie. The ticker is NYQ Hog. NYQ Hog. Harley Davidson share price. I don't want a 14-day free trial. All right, now, this is just a bunch of numbers and shit. I don't know what I'm looking at. How do I know that he's lying? I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at. Robbie has the responsiveness to input. The input in this case being your incredible coverage of Bridge over the years of a 50-year-old Toyota with a blown head gasket and a bad fuel pump. They're up in every metric except for the 5-year. How do I tell that? How do I, like, there's red numbers here. This looks like it's negative. That doesn't look like it's up. Like, 1 month is in the negative, 3 months is positive, 6 months is negative, 1 year is negative. The line goes up. I mean, the momentum is negative. See, Numby went up and then went down and then went up. I don't understand. Can you change the date to the past 3 months? So, like, March 1st to May 29th, that's like 3 months, right? It kind of went up, but then it did a super dip, but this has nothing to do with Robbie Starbuck in this year. Because all of the stuff about Robbie Starbuck with them was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. There's a drop-down menu to the left. Oh. Like, they're definitely down from the 5-year mark. They had, like, a bit of a spike, but yeah, they're definitely down from 48. They're at fucking 23. That's hugely down. Blue button says Zoom. Phoenix DS, thank you. Seems little Robbie is being willfully ignorant, even when he was given the playbook and doing nothing with Bridge information dropped in his lap. Go figure. I was like, I understand when you get the, like, article dropped in your lap. Yeah, that's like years of research that I've done. But, like, him and Grums and other people at the beginning of me looking into Bridge, like, they got stuff before it became, like, a massive clusterfuck. The point is that he claims DEI caused it, and it didn't. DEI caused it, and it didn't. I don't know. I don't know. These are numbers. This is out of my ability to understand what's happening. Oh, shit. And I lost my page. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Where's my tab? I shouldn't have done that. I should have known better. I can't read numbers. Why did I do that? Oh, God. It's okay, kitten. Got another Kirsche, 4-year Kirsche. Tab was lost in the field. Yeah, I have no idea where that tab was. Fuck. If I type in Robbie. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Mildly OCD, thank you. When you understand that all of this DEI comes from the people controlling the stock market, it becomes a metric for why companies say what they say, and you will start to hate the stock market. I don't understand the stock market, and I can't hate that which I know nothing about. Robbie's literally just grifting on the DEI topic. I was just like, I don't know. It makes me feel very deflated that he would rather, like, parade around himself as this paragon of destroying companies when he hasn't. And I've proven that he hasn't time and time again. It's just a little... I'm like reading through this like he has no idea what's happening and no idea why they're doing this. It's like, I know why they're doing this. I told you why they're doing this years ago. We even talked about it like more recently about why they're doing this. I don't get it. It was all a ploy to confuse Kier with numbers so she would lose her tab. Share this and feel free to clip and use it however you want. Riders need to know what Harley Davidson has become. We can't let them pretend to be something else. Well, if you want to know what Harley Davidson has become, clearly you need to listen to me and not Robbie Starbuck, because I was 2 years ahead of this guy. When he was claiming he got them to get rid of DEI, I immediately, days later, showed how that wasn't true at all. Per usual, I'm not concerned with monetization on this video, so everyone feel free to use this video however you want and get the word out. That's a weird thing to say. That's a like, some people are calling me an industry plant, so I better put out the idea that I'm not getting anything out of this. I don't know, man. So far, you've helped me change corporate policy at Tractor Supply. Wrong. John Deere. Wrong. Polaris. Wrong. Lowe's. Wrong. Ford. Wrong. Coors. Wrong. Stanley Black & Decker. Wrong. Jack Daniels. Wrong. DeWalt Tools. I don't know anything about that one. Craftsman. I don't know. Caterpillar. Wrong. Boeing. Wrong. Toyota. Wrong. Walmart. Wrong. McDonald's. Wrong. Meta. Wrong. Target. Wrong. Accenture. I don't know. Pepsi. Wrong. Gatorade. I don't know. Rockstar Energy. I don't know. AT&T. Wrong. Corona Beer. I don't know. Modelo Beer. I don't know. Pacifico Beer. I don't know. IBM. Wrong. Reynolds American. I don't even know what the fuck that is. And all the other companies they own. Crazy thing is, that's not even the full list. No! The crazy thing is that you're wrong about all of these companies! Asterisk, except maybe the ones I know nothing about because I haven't looked into them. But there's so many he's been wrong about, and I've showed how he's wrong about them. So this is like, what the fuck is happening? We're a force to be reckoned with, and we won't stop until wokeness is extinct. Then say something about fucking Bridge! Here's his video.
If you've ever ridden a Harley
or
thought about buying a Harley, you are going to want to see this video. It is time once again to expose Harley Davidson. If you don't already know, I previously exposed Harley Davidson over a year ago, and it created a firestorm. Every media outlet covered it. Tens of millions of people watched my videos. My stories led to massive losses for the company, both in actual sales and in stock price. And in response, Harley Davidson said they were dropping all these crazy woke policies I had exposed. But
you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Hold on. I need to stop him right there. We're about 27 seconds in. I need to stop him right there. Where did I post this? I think it was on his other fucking tweet, maybe. Where's my hold on. How do I use Twitter? I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. You've never heard this guy speak, and this guy definitely personally takes the D out of DEI. What the fuck? Fucking replies. Oh, actually, I should look for... It would be under media if I linked a tweet, right? It would be under media if I linked a tweet, I think. That's the pineapple. How long ago did I do this? That's my skin? Okay, so it's not here if I link a tweet. Oh, fuck, buddy. Oh, fuck, buddy. Just in case my mods find it faster than me, I'm gonna go back to my chat. Let's see if I can find this. Could never convince you Robbie Starbuck isn't an industry plant. It's just like, I don't want that to be true. But there's just so much confounding things that keep happening. I don't know what to fucking say at this point. You're at the point where he just wants credit for everything. It's just like, it's very obvious that I'm the Bridge person, which is why I took umbrage with the way that like upper echelon tried describing it to like Grum's grifting nonsense, because like Grum's had nothing to do with that.
For Kirsche and I are appalled by such blind dumminess, ignoring the Bridge info. Remember to get your own Kirsches for comfort.
Okay, that's one of them. So the change would happen faster. I made a post. I made a post and then I fucking... I know I linked my tweet under it, but where the fuck is it? Am I just like going crazy? I know I made this tweet. It was like when Robbie Starbuck was like, "Ooh, I got something cooking on Harley Davidson," and I was like, "Hey, remember when I told everyone years ago that this was gonna happen?" I quote retweeted him. Oh, hold on. I think it's this. Yeah. No. It's gotta be somewhere over here. Yeah! I like to consider myself a nice guy, so just a heads up, Harley Davidson, you'll want your PR people and crisis comms people working late for the last half of this week. You have a lot of explaining to do. I thought you learned your lesson last time. So I just put this here. I just put this here, and I read off of the Harley Davidson thing. And then after I read off of the Harley Davidson thing about how you don't even need to be smart to just be literate, I bring up the same exact thing that Robbie did here. So if we go like 30 seconds...
Buying a Harley, you are going to want to see this video. It is time once again to expose Harley Davidson. If you don't already know, I previously exposed Harley Davidson.
So he brings up all of these articles behind him.
And it created a firestorm. Every media outlet covered it. Tens of millions of people watched my videos. My stories led to massive losses for the company, both in actual sales and in stock price. And in response, Harley Davidson said they were dropping all these crazy woke policies I had exposed. But I tried to...
So that's the beginning of his, like, new I'm exposing them again. And yet, this post of mine, once again, September 30th, 2024. September 30th, 2024. Earlier this year, we initiated an internal stakeholder review to better align company activities to the needs of both our business and community. Based on our review, we're committed to the following. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, we see it as every leader's role to ensure we have an employee base that reflects our customers and the geographies in which we operate. It is critical to our business that we hire and retain the best talent and that all employees feel welcome. That said, we have not operated a DEI function since April 2024, and we do not have a DEI function today. We do not have hiring quotas, and we no longer have supplier diversity spend goals. All right, so already in the first bullet point, all of these articles, and so now I'm going to read you the articles that Starbuck was pointing at and saying, look at all of the damage that we've done. Look at all of these articles celebrating Harley Davidson dropping DEI. Harley Davidson is dropping diversity initiatives after right-wing anti-DEI. Harley Davidson dropping DEI policies. Harley Davidson slams brakes on woke policies. Harley Davidson hits brakes on DEI. Now, Harley Davidson dropping DEI policies. MAGA celebrates Harley Davidson DEI statement. Harley Davidson cuts DEI practices after activist backlash. Woke Harley Davidson ditches DEI, folding to right-wing. Based on our review, we are committed to the following: diversity, equity, and inclusion. When every single news article is telling you that they are dropping it, and one of the first things they say in their thing is, we are committed to this thing, this should set off red flags to absolutely fucking everyone. They literally said it right there. For some reason, people are celebrating this as a victory, and it's not. And it's like, I know the people who are anti-DEI know what diversity, equity, and inclusion means. So if you are anti-DEI and a company says, yeah, we're committed to DEI, why would you celebrate that they're getting rid of it? Yeah, hashtag bridge alert, dude. Man, that's crazy how the English language... I know! I feel like I'm living in fucking an extra crazy clown world. Because so many people were just like, yeah, this is great. And I'm glad over here on the side, some people are calling it out. Like Quartering said, I literally cannot believe you thought this was a good idea. Holy smokes. The Quartering actually being credited. Ha! How the mighty have fallen in current year. But Robbie over here is like, we've done it again. And one of these doors, I'll bring this up big. I'll make it big. DEI at Tractor Supply. Again, Tractor Supply had the most believable letter. And we found out later, unfortunately, they were not dropping their DEI. That kind of sucks. Getting away from DEI. Obviously, I don't believe them 100%. Definitely want to make sure that they're actually doing that. John Deere did not get rid of wokeness, did not get rid of DEI. They doubled down, just like Microsoft did. DEI at Harley Davidson is not going away. They quite literally just doubled down on it. So I don't know why he's celebrating. I don't understand. Am I retarded? Like, what? And once again, the date on that clip is September 30th, 2024. If you are watching my content, you are more informed about DEI than if you're following Robbie Starbuck. That's insane. It's like, holy fuck, please. And every time I reply with stuff like this, it just goes ignored. It's like, I know you see it. I know you're replying to other people in your comments. Like, holy crap, I saw the at and the HAR and nearly started to hyperventilate replying to Harvey's pistol and pawn. But completely ignoring how they've just been doing this for years after he claimed victory. It's almost like he's doing it on purpose. It's almost like I don't like calling people controlled opposition because like streamers lob that kind of accusations at each other all the time. But it's just like, what else am I supposed to think? When I give you all of the information, I feed you like a baby bird, and you continue to play ignorant and like, oh, I'm the one doing all this. What the fuck is that? Hold on. Oh God, I just hit my wall. It's nothing bad, don't worry, chat. Oh no. Oh no! I knocked my towel over. Oh, that was so cute. That was so cute. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's so hot in here. Oy. Oy. Just knocked my headset on the floor. I just got up with the quickness, dude. Holy shit. There was something small and black in the outside, and I wanted to see what it was, and it was a fat little turkey. It was so cute. Slams herself into the wall. I wanted to see the critter. Dinner, free turkey. I love turkey. The ghost of Phillian has taken over. Where's my phone? Do not feed those things. They'll swarm your house in a few months if you do. I don't think there's anything that I'm feeding them. Amazing reason to vacate stream. 10 out of 10. Yeah, turkey sighting. More exciting than peeing. You're impressed I didn't run outside after it? That took impulse. I really wanted to. It's so cute and fat. Turkey, it's too early for Thanksgiving. You bait the turkey for free dinner. I've said before, like, you know, I should just like fucking hunt turkeys and eat turkey. But apparently wild turkeys are not good for eating. But it's like, well, why not? Turkey bird, it's good food. You and your mom saw baby turkeys yesterday. They were tiny and you wanted to grab one, but your mom said no. No, I'm sorry.
I'm amazed I'm not the only one who's been watching the numbies go up in Sakura Clicker for the last decade straight. You're truly a special foxu. Here's to the AC fund. Please don't melt before Tuesday.
I'll try my best.
Sweat love.
But it's gonna be hard. Thank you, video gamer. Yeah, I haven't touched Sakura Clicker in ages, but I just wanted something like really stupid to have back in the day, I guess. I don't know. Well, if he admits you're right, he looks like a fool and can't possibly be outdone by a cartoon fox, you know? You got through the first round of testing for a local refinery. If you get hired, you'll be getting paid pretty well. You can save up and get the experience to get hired in New Hampshire. Fuck yeah, Bailey! New Hampshire needs you. Help. Phoenix DS, thank you. She called it cute. It's now gay! I mean, the ducks have the gay necrophiliac sex, so maybe turkeys do too. Alaska Mac, thank you. Lies, wild turkey are freaking delicious. I keep being told that they're like full of parasites and shit. And it's just like, what has happened that like all of our food must come from farms now, and if you go out hunting normal, naturally occurring animals, they're just like filled with parasites? What is this? Like eating a yard bird chicken. Ronald Big Don, thank you. Think about it, Kirsche. When there's pushback, communists corrupt the resistance. One look at the right wing in 2026 is proof, and Robbie stinks of sus. If I hope maybe he's just like biding his time to like release something huge on Bridge. But like, I don't know. It's just kind of exhausting. But like back to him filleting all of these articles.
To be a fair guy. When Harley Davidson said that they were making all these changes, I said, you know what? Let's give them some time. Let's give them a little bit of time so they
He said the same to Harley that I'm saying to him. Let's give him a little bit of time.
Can work this out. They're getting a new CEO in, and let's see what changes they actually make. I regret to inform you, unfortunately, today I am going to have to expose them again because what I have found over a year later tells me that Harley Davidson has not—
Oh no! Unfortunately, there were no warning signs before this point, so I have to get all the attention again. It's only me exposing Harley. Oh, guys, nobody else has done this.
Not changed. And that at this point, it is time for Harley Davidson riders to leave and go to another brand. There's so much crazy stuff, it's kind of hard to know where to start, but we'll start here. Here's the new CEO, Artie Starrs. So after an extremely tumultuous
That's a
period
Hollywood
where your
name.
brand was torn down and now is seen as weird, woke, and weak, you're going to bring in a CEO that is going to like project the masculine identity of the brand, right? The pro-America identity of the brand. Well, maybe not so much. Let me tell you a little bit about
Sorry
Artie
for all the
Starrs
straw
and his
noises.
background. So where does Artie come from? Not a motorcycle company. Actually, in this press release you see his most recent stop was CEO of Topgolf. So let's take a look at some of the things that were happening at Topgolf when he was CEO. Oh, would you look at that. When he was CEO, Topgolf had a pride group. Now, I want you to take a close look at what this actually says. It says here, we envision a world at Topgolf where our family celebrates our LGBTQIA+ community. As one team, we will advocate, support, and bring education and equality. We are the pride of Topgolf. Are you getting Harley Davidson vibes?
Imagine giving a woman credit for her work. Imagine. Oh, is this actual misogyny?
Yet? If so, you're going to absolutely love this. When Artie was CEO at Topgolf, Topgolf was also supporting this PGA of America sanctioned LGBTQ+ golf tournament, and it was raising money for who else? San Francisco Pride. And here's a little taste of what a San Francisco Pride event is like. And yes, it's what it looks like. I'd show you more, but it was all incredibly inappropriate. This is just the beginning, but is this really seeming like the guy to turn around a brand that has a wokeness problem? And where was Artie before Topgolf? He was president and then CEO of Pizza Hut, where they pushed DEI quite aggressively, as you can see from this old LinkedIn post of his. So when Artie Starrs was president and then CEO of Pizza Hut partnered with something called First Book to launch a collection of anti-racism resources for educators. We're going to get to those resources.
What does that have to do with pizza?
Part of this program actually was to have one of the guys from Queer Eye who wrote a book for children go read to children in partnership with Pizza Hut. If there's any motorcycle vibes coming from this, it probably looks something like this. But back to those resources that Pizza Hut sponsored. Let me dive in with you and show you what they were teaching educators to teach our children. And just so nobody forgets, this was happening while Artie Starrs was CEO. And if you doubt me after what I'm about to show you, just take a look right there. That is his signature on this document.
That is his signature.
One of the first things you see in this document is them pointing out the word privilege. I wonder why that is. As predictable as ever, it is because they want to teach kids that white people are privileged.
What?
And they go on.
They're disrespecting fucking Nathaniel Bacon? What the? There is nothing that they will not corrupt. Acts of violence against black communities are often identified on social media by the hashtag Black Lives Matter. Oh my God.
DLM, an organization that now I think has been entirely discredited after founders have been investigated over and over, buying multi-million-dollar mansions. And this document, again, I have to stress this, Artie Starrs, CEO of Pizza Hut at the time, now CEO of Harley Davidson, the guy they brought in to clean up the wokeness mess, this document that he signed on to, that his signature—
Fucking microaggressions. Microassaults are overt attacks intended to communicate discriminatory or based feelings about a person or group. An educator calls on all white students before calling on any BIPOC students. The underlying message is, I don't see you as equal to white students. I have a feeling a majority of teachers aren't even thinking about who they're calling on beyond, like, does this person actually answer the question or do they waste my time? Literally, breathing is a microaggression. Micro insults that come across as compliments, but they convey insensitivity or rudeness that demeans a person's identity. You are so articulate, underlying message is, it is unusual for someone of your race to be intelligent. How do you take a compliment and twist it into something like that? What? The Joe Biden special. What the actual fuck? This document that he's reading looks kind of familiar. I'm having like a PTSD flashback to one of the bridge things that we covered. And there was like this giant roadmap picture. And it had like dotted lines and weird bubbles like this. And you went through like each step and it told you about like different levels of microaggressions and micro assaults and how to like better bridge gaps between like certain teams of people and whatnot. And it was like the weirdest fucking thing. I can't remember exactly what that was from. Oh my God. How did he go from the CEO of a pizza chain to the CEO of a large motorcycle company? That's pretty common. Like, if you have experience as a CEO, you can go from, like, the CEO of a printer company to, like, a grocery store chain CEO. Like, that, it's pretty common for them to shuffle around and go through stuff like that. I don't like that that's common. Because, like, yeah, they have CEO experience, and they might be able to, like, take on some of that from a different perspective, but I feel like people who want to lead a motorcycle company should probably like motorcycles, not just have CEO experience, you know? But that's just, like, my idealism showing its head. Remember pop company CEOs became CEOs at Apple and Commodore in the 80s?
Is on, just to really stress that. They're teaching about microaggressions. And you know what, Artie, I did learn something. After reading this document, I think this entire video is probably a microaggression of some sort, or many different microaggressions. So for that, I would apologize, but I don't care. This document also tells teachers to teach about intersectionality, a concept that the far left pushes. It's what says that the LGBTQ plus community should align with the radical Islamist community, even though they're total cross currents with each other in their long-term goals. But they're supposed to unite together under intersectionality.
Oh, they're promoting this book is anti-racist as well. Anti-racism is just racism.
Kids, how can you as a student support ongoing efforts for equity? Equity, again, by the way, is not equality, just so everybody's clear. Equity means equal outcomes, not equal opportunities, equal outcomes.
Jasmine's nothing like you. She's black. That book is called Little Allies. It's a children's book.
It is communism. It shares accounts from successful
spicy cat raid. What the hell is this spicy cat raid?
1 year, so they taught about privilege.
Tiny Pixie! Tiny Pixie Day, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders!
As a Latino myself, please stop using this term. It is absolutely fundamentally insane. But what's even more insane is that a freaking pizza company paid for this document, okay?
True!
So
that is
pizza
insane.
Guy running this clown show, if we can call it that, I think it's something much worse, is now in charge of what is supposed to be the most masculine pro-America biker brand. Make it make sense. They also ask teachers to ask themselves, do you have transgender books in your library for your students? It also, and I can't stress enough how racist this is, anti-white and racist this is, they ask teachers who are white to stop and understand your whiteness and the impact your identity has on students.
I haven't been reading a ton of what's behind him, but this says, I'm a white person teaching mostly BIPOC students. First, before launching into conversations about race, it is important for educators and students to understand that everyone has a race. White children and adults have the privilege of believing their racial identity is normal or neutral, while everyone else is different or other. And not a single one of us white people think that. What the Like, yeah, if you live in Britain, a normal British person is going to be white. That is what British is. What are we doing? That's just like if I go to Chad, the normal Chad person will be black. That doesn't mean there's like a default normal setting for the entire globe. This is like completely fucking wild. It's not normal to be white. It's not even a privilege. Like, what the fuck? They have to twist it into one so they can pretend to be a victim, though. And this is because white is so often left out of the discussion of race when everyone else's race is named. It is important that students understand that everyone is a part of a racial group. Additionally, if you are a white educator, it is critically important that you take the time to understand your whiteness and the impact your identity has on the students and families you serve. Experts recommend reading Me and White Supremacy. I can't read who wrote that because of his head, which offers a 28-day guided something and self-exploration of whiteness. Absolutely should not be a thing. And I'm also having a PTSD flashback to something very similar to this that we read about how, like, white teachers have the responsibility of teaching their children about how they have privilege as other white people. I wish I could remember some more of these, like, things, like, where they came from that we've covered over the years. Also, chat, unfortunately, it has now hit 8 p.m., so the Kirsche is no longer for sale. It's over. It's never been this over, chat. That commercial, it's over. You'll never see it again. Mr. Bellin, thank you. What is racism? You're shocked but not surprised by these people. You know? Smokey the Bear, thank you for the 9 months. Please enjoy a placenta muffin. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Goodbye, sweet Kirsche. I will see you soon in a box and then a jar. That's a very big jar. Ronald Big Don, thank you. I read that already. Thank you again. Thank you again. Mama.
And it tells them to read a book called Me and White Supremacy. Absolutely insane. Anybody who would put this vile garbage in front of teachers and students so that kids can be indoctrinated should not be running a dog catching program, let alone one of the biggest companies on earth, let alone one of the companies that pretends to be a seminal American brand. They also recommend as resources a book by Ibram Kendi, a guy that says to be anti-racist, you must be anti-capitalism. And they also promote a book about gender identity so the kids can question whether or not they're actually a boy or a girl. And you know what? You might say, but Robbie, he did this before he got to Harley Davidson. Come on, maybe he changed. Well,
she was only bombing buildings as a communist operative in the 70s. She could have changed her mind.
Let's take a look at this comment where Arthur Stars, he says, psyched to have you on the ride, my friend. I wonder who he's psyched to have on the ride. Oh, that would be a guy named Marcus Fisher, who Harley Davidson has named their chief brand officer.
That name sounds familiar.
Use that voice in just about 1 second.
That name sounds familiar.
Marcus Fisher, and yes, he has pronouns on his page. Yes, that
is
really
he's a
him,
white guy.
And yes.
I was thinking maybe it was that black guy that we went to his website and he had all these DEI videos, and that was how we found out that Snoop Dogg is also on board with DEI, and I was like, what the fuck?
Those are his pronouns. Before he was named the chief brand officer at Harley Davidson, he was the CEO of Carmichael Lynch. Carmichael Lynch is on the forefront of pushing DEI in advertising, and no, I am not joking you. So
if they're pushing DEI in advertising, they have more deeply embedded DEI issues. Because once again, Bridge, many years ago, said that DEI should not be siloed off to HR and marketing. If you are just now seeing companies start DEI marketing, that is not the starting point of where it is at this point. They are embedding themselves and then branching out to marketing afterwards.
What I'm going to show you, just a collection of posts from the new chief brand officer of Harley Davidson, and they don't even respect writers enough to have tried to scrub all this. It's all right there. You can go.
It's all right there. You can Google it. You don't say. You don't say. All the information about how Harley Davidson is not woke has been replied to you in your comment section multiple times. Sent you DMs of all the stuff I've investigated. All that information is at your fingertips. All you have to do is inform your base of people about it. Like, I literally, like, he doesn't even need to, like, bring me on and say anything. He could just be like, there's a cartoon fox woman. Here's stuff she investigated. Here's why it's important. Here's why you should know how this is happening. It was literally there the entire time.
Look at it yourself. Here he is pushing for more transgender representation in advertising for vehicles, which seems, you know, kind of relevant. Here he is celebrating a diversity achievement with Hillary Clinton. He really looks forward to DEI conferences. And I mean, he really looks forward to them. I mean, there's more.
I will never forget posting information about like Bridge at the Cannes Lions Festival with Microsoft doing panels together and people being like, "Ah, Kirsche, you're just being crazy. They're obviously getting rid of DEI. This is just like something you've assumed and made up in your own head." It's also tiresome, brother.
Multiple posts like this where he's just super excited about DEI conversations that are happening to push more DEI in advertising. He really, really, really cares about that. I'm sure all the Harley riders are going to be very excited to find out that the new chief brand officer of Harley Davidson is very excited to affirm his allyship with the LGBTQ plus IA whatever letters.
I was like, it's nice that we get information about these specific individuals. I haven't released information about these specific individuals. But again, if you had known 2 years ago when I said that Harley Davidson is not dropping DEI, maybe something could have been done to influence Harley Davidson to not even hire these guys in the first fucking place. And so they would be someone else's problem and not Harley Davidson's problem.
There are now communities. So exciting. Harley riders are also going to be very excited to find out that Marcus's previous company had a special program specifically for people who are not white. Isn't that so thoughtful and totally
That's very
not
thoughtful.
Racist? Totally not racist in any way.
I mean, it can't be racist, right? White people aren't even people. You can't be racist to not people.
To have a program that specifically excludes one race. Actually, come to think of it, I think when I was in school, and this is before school got all, you know, kind of weird and woke, I think they taught us that was racism when you excluded specifically one race to give a benefit to other races, but not the one specific one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's what they called it. They called it racism. And male Harley riders, you're going to be very excited to find out that at his former company, they actually sent a representative to Cannes, the film festival, to do a whole
You mean the festival I was just talking about? That Bridge was at? That Bridge was doing panels with Microsoft at? That festival? Wow, that's crazy, bro.
Presentation on the stereotypes of masculinity. This one was extra special to me. Somebody commented on a post of his former company where they do the whole pride thing, and they say, "What are you guys really doing to ally with the LGBTQ plus IA community?" And Marcus responded. Marcus wanted them to know that his company did a drag show at the office where they raised $12,000 to support LGBTQ plus IA groups, including ones that affirm transgenderism in children. He also brags that they had an all-agency pronouns presentation to educate and make the employees better allies for the LGBTQ plus community. Guys, I wish I was joking. I wish that this guy was not actually the chief brand officer of Harley Davidson.
Well, maybe he wouldn't be if you knew 2 years ago when I proved that Harley didn't drop DEI. Maybe you could have used your connections to ensure he didn't get hired. Because you seem to have industry connections. I don't.
But that is exactly what Artie Starrs has signed up for. One of the first big hires after Artie became CEOs is this guy as chief brand officer of Harley Davidson. The guy who wrote those posts that I just showed you. That's who they brought.
Maybe that's why Harley hired him. They thought he had experience with drag racing.
Brought in to be the face of the brand, chief brand officer. After a giant explosion among Harley riders who were angry about the brand going woke. Again, make it make sense. I can only surmise that they think that Harley Davidson riders are stupid. That is all I'm left with.
I mean, wouldn't that also apply to you, that you think your audience is stupid? Because you keep doing stuff super late even after you're told that you're wrong and DEI hasn't been dropped, but yet you still keep claiming victories and you still have clapping seals in your replies. Like, what are we doing here?
I can't think of any other explanation that explains this behavior aside from being like avowed communists or something like that.
They are avowed communists. That's the whole point.
It's much easier to explain this by saying, you know, they must think Harley riders are dumb, that you guys won't figure this out, that you won't leave and go to another brand. So I think that's what needs to be done, is everybody's got to just make the switch. Sean Strickland did, and he said it better than I could. Every time he got on his Harley, he felt like he was indirectly supporting a radical ideology that he disagreed with. So here's the thing. Harley apparently feels so insulated. They feel like their brand is so strong. They're what's so special. They can survive and just force wokeness and make these hires, and you're just going to suck it up and continue to buy bikes. Well, I have a different theory. I think what makes Harley special and what has made Harley a seminal American brand is the writers. I think where you guys go is where that goes, right? So they don't survive without you. The truth is...
I mean, he's completely correct about that. If enough people were able to just stop buying certain things, companies would start collapsing a lot faster. And legacy companies like this are much different from like video game companies, where they can just collapse and then the workers go somewhere else and infect somewhere else. It's much, much harder to collapse a company well established over a gajillion years, like Budweiser or like Harley Davidson, than it is to collapse a games company. So you need a lot more people to come together and be like, I'm not gonna buy your shit. And eventually someone in that company is gonna break the ideological ranks and be like, we will not survive if we keep doing this. Maybe this was a bad idea. They say commie things, they do commie things, they say they're commies. What more does he need? I don't fucking know, man. It's always been this way. We have the numbers advantage. Highly recommend. Do what you can. It's very hard to just like not buy anything from any of these companies. As you've seen with Bridge, they're involved with massive companies. Like Condé Nast is fucking huge, brother. McCormick Spices. I didn't even know other spice companies existed, man. Like, it's crazy. Ignorant boomers are the only thing keeping Harley afloat anyways. And my mom really liked Harley, ironically enough.
You are what made Harley strong, and you will make whatever company you switch to strong as well. And the message will be sent to corporate America and to anybody who wants to slap the face of their consumers that consumers have choices. We can take our money and vote with it.
Yes,
so
he's completely right.
I'm out of second chances. I think
you really hate to say it, but you think people like Starbuck and Sargon would never acknowledge Bridge because they know that if they do, they'd have no choice but to acknowledge you, an anime woman, and they need to prioritize catering to their brain-dead audience over actually reporting on Bridge. You know, genuine grifters. I wouldn't call Sargon a grifter. I think it's weird that he has this like anime racism considering he was a PNG for so long. Like, it seems very like ladder pulley to me, but it's like, whatever, man. And that's why you don't buy shit from 505 and you've gotten all your friends to not. They don't even know Kier. Yeah. Yeah, I will never buy anything published by 505 again after that. Like, fuck no. Fuck no, dude. What an insane clown world where Kirsche's mom is actually a supporter of DEI, you know?
It's time for everybody to make a switch. If you agree, share this video, and any podcasts out there, YouTube channels, whatever, you have my full permission. Use this video however you want to. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I want all the monetization. I don't care about monetization.
You just care about getting the attention for destroying these companies, which you didn't do. Noted. Duly noted.
You just share this to your audiences so that riders know exactly what it is they're supporting when they ride a Harley.
And then,
if you...
I quote retweeted this. Like, it's sad. He even has, like, Elon Musk listening to him. Purge the woke mind virus. Yeah, I wish. He quote retweeted his video and said, in 6 hours, we have about 500,000 views, angry members of Congress, bikers planning to trade bikes for another brand, and media all over the world reporting on this, and the most successful businessman of all time, Elon Musk, agreeing with me. X is the place where change happens. I'm like, maybe this is an egotistical thing where, like, he doesn't want to share in the glory, I guess, but it's like, it's not even about the glory of being the person to take down DEI companies. It's like, this is, like, negligent to the point of you are a malicious actor, that you're trying to keep information that would help so many people, especially with purchasing decisions, because of how many companies are involved with Bridge. Like, there's no reason to not give out the information on this company. It's insane. And I read this and I just saw fucking red because it's like, are you kidding me? Yeah, change would happen faster if people knew about Bridge. I knew Harley Davidson was not dropping DEI in September of 2024. Again, where I posted this clip of me from September 30th, 2024, telling Robbie that he's wrong. It's been captured for years. He came out and celebrated Harley Davidson dropping DEI when they didn't. All you need is reading comprehension. I was just like, I knew this not because I'm smarter than anyone else or have the gift of clairvoyance. It's just because I read what Harley and Bridge say they're going to do. Like, this isn't even the result of me being overtly more intelligent than people. It's just having the ability to fucking read. The problem is, if he solves the problem, he no longer has a job and loses the fame and money. He was a director. He can do other things that isn't chasing DEI companies if the companies actually go back to being normal. That's what you want us to think, Cassandra Verstal. Jesus Christ. You are smarter than the average person, but that's beside the... I wouldn't see Robbie as the average person. He's got a massive platform. Almost 1 million followers. He's at 864K. He's been a filmmaker. He's been a director. He has, like, contacts with politicians and industry people. That's how he gets some of his information. It's crazy. Mr. Mellon, thank you for the knock. What is this racism? You're shocked but not surprised by these people, you know? Honestly seem like Starbuck is an attention whore who wants to claim credit without doing any of the work, hence why he's so late on everything and out of the loop, or he's controlled opposition. It's just like, again, like he said in his video, I'm gonna give Harley time to explain. I'm giving him time to put out shit on Bridge, but it's like, it's been years. It's been years of giving info to you ahead of time, and you doing nothing with it. What would be more funny is if Asmongold would tweet at this dude and say, no, you're not the first one to find this. Kirsche is the one that found it way before you. Stop stealing her credit. I mean, I don't think Asmongold is like he definitely combats DEI, but he doesn't go into like the nitty gritty like stuff here, which is why, like, you know, he didn't do anything with Bridge Info. I wouldn't expect him to. That's not exactly his like full purview, you know? Should DM Asmongold with this, if possible, Moist Critical as well. I mean, I haven't updated any, like, when I made my article, I didn't, like, resend it to Asmongold or anything, and it's a lot of information, and it's dry information. 15 out of 1,400 companies, Starbuck is really killing it there. Literally no more time to give. The sands of time are against us, you know? What the fuck is Charlie gonna do with this? I don't know. I'm just reading comments. Asmongold's a weekend warrior in the culture war, not a general. I would still call him a general, because he gets a lot of people to notice things. It's just like reading like the dry info that's in my Bridge article is not really his content style. Ronald Big Don, thank you. Now I can read you again. Good night, Fox. Good night, Ronald. Master Prick, thank you. Hey there, Kirsche. Could you get a happy birthday? Happy birthday, Master Prick. I hope you have a good birthday day. I hope you had delicious pastry today. Happy birthday. Contact Metatron on X as one example. Libs of TikTok with Fox News information as wide as possible. You know? Find it funny that you're often called a grifter while you've been watching me. I read ungodly lengthy documents about Bridge. No grifter would be this dedicated to the autism. Yeah? I mean, I haven't been able to talk as much about Bridge recently because there's been so much fucking breaking news that I haven't had time to dig into it, but you know? How do you donate to the new AC fund? Stream Elements link. Send both Charlie and Zach the clip, or even this one. You think they can help if given the chance? I mean, maybe? I don't know. Can't imagine Moist would do anything with Kirsche. He had a bit of a melty during the Renee Good shit. Can't imagine he would be a fan, unfortunately. I mean, it's like, whatever, man. I would rather focus on people who do try to disseminate the raw information, like Robbie does, like Matt Walsh does. Michael Knowles has talked to a furry now, so I can't imagine I would be worse than that. Grifter just means person I don't like. Not the furries. Moon. Stephen Ortiz, thank you. It's a good thing you pre-ordered yours today, and when you got it, unspeakable things will happen, like getting a good night's worth of sleep.
Yeah, cuddle the Kirsche and fall asleep with it. It's so beautiful.
I am pretty black-pilled at this point. I've watched this stuff continue to advance for over a decade. At no point have Americans ever given a bit of pushback, save for some brave people of anime. It's unbelievably pathetic and disappointing.
It is. It really is. And that's why, like, sometimes, you know, I end up blackpilling, because it's like, I have this giant golden egg of information. Won't someone do something with it? And everyone says no. Why would we do that? It's like, well, what the fuck? I thought we were wanting to stop this. I thought we were wanting to, like, get rid of it. What the fuck? NP153 Garlics, thank you. Thank you, my guy. I definitely feel like you. Asmon's like the Eye of Sauron, but for anti-woke, no DEI acolyte wants to be spotted by him. Yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. Nick is currently exposing all of the fraud for the American taxpayers and is on a hot streak. Yeah. And Nick Shirley's doing great. And Nick Sortor goes on the ground as well. Halfway to getting noticed. I don't know, man. Phoenix DS, thank you. Forget Harley Davidson, ride an Indian motorcycle. I don't even know what that company is. I don't even know that company. Nom, nom, nom. Mr. Mellon, thank you for the Knox. You think most Harley Davidson riders have hearing loss? Probably. Man of Culture, thank you. You work for Mercedes-Benz. They're super proud of their DEI programs. You're one of 5 white people in your area with 30 people. It's like that in all parts of the company. That's kind of wild. That's a little wild, man. Real black pill is that barely anyone actually wants to stop bitching about it. They want to keep making money off of bitching about it. That was a big criticism lobbed at like the original like Gamergate movement, where it seemed like the feminists and the skeptics would just purposefully argue back and forth to increase like donos and viewership for the both of them. And it's like, I don't want to play some fucking gay content creator dance. I want things to actually get fucking fixed. If things get fixed and I don't have to report on it anymore, that means I can play more video games that I actually enjoy playing. I don't understand why somebody would want to keep these things going. Like, do something else. Complain about something else, man. German automobile brand not built by Germans. Mighty Boy, thank you. You don't like the stupid grifter-controlled opposition shill baby? He waited 2 years for when it's safe to make the videos. Dude needs to go away. I think he does some good things, right? And he gets good information when he has, like, a team of people digging into stuff with him. But then, like, refuses to see when he's wrong. He's just like, we got rid of DEI in these companies. And it's like, no, you haven't. They're lying to you. I have proof that you're being lied to. I can show you all of this shit. Stop believing them, man. He gets a lot of eyes on these things. I mean, he does, yeah. Phoenix DS, thank you. Put a $5 in the Foxy was right jar. The ketchup tive. Cisco Kid, thank you. Foxu, do you have backup iron sights that co-witness with your red dot on my vector? I do. I do have iron sights. You think he causes harm because he makes people think these brands remove? Yes, I can agree with that as well. I think he also does harm when he makes people believe that these companies are dropping DEI, because that makes it that much harder for me, a literal who, to say, hey, that's not happening. Because people will just be like, well, it is happening. Robbie Starbuck said so. And it's like, well, here's information to prove that it's not. And it's like, well, you're just making things up because Robbie Starbuck said that we're winning. It's like, what the fuck are you supposed to do here, man? I'm telling you. Massive Doge, thank you. Read, Robbie, read. Robbie screeches. InfoWars collab when? I don't know. Jen Jacko, thank you. You support our base Japanese bros by riding a Yamaha Cruiser. When I was a kid and my mom would call like the Japanese bikes rice rockets, I unironically was like, wait, why are they called rice rockets? Is it because they run on some sort of rice-based fuel instead of gasoline? Sometimes we're a little silly. Oh, you sweet summer child. The strongest conspiracy theorist of today versus the strongest conspiracy theorist of all time. You thought the same when you were younger? Yeah, you know, it's just we get a little silly. That's the most adorably autistic question a tiny Kirsche could have asked. Suppose you could make some ethanol out of rice? I have no idea. But yeah, that was the recent goings on with people not talking about Bridge and wanting to talk about DEI. It kind of sucks. Maybe I can look at some of the Bridge stuff I've been emailed recently tomorrow. I do want to figure out what game I want to play next, though. I want to play the video games. I guess for like a quick...
Slaves built the pyramids. Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Thank you. Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Thank you. Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Slaves, this is your song.
Thank you! Alec the Archivist! I love Archivists. Thank you! Thank you for the $100 doodles to my AC
Chipping
fund.
in to cool down the Moonman Fox.
Thank you! I hope I can bring good news next week of the AC people finally showing the fuck up! It's like they shipped the equipment to me. They should be here soon. Why does it keep taking so long? Thank you. Thank you, Alec the Archiver, my guy. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. New Digimon game is really, really good. Great story and game. I want to play a Digimon game, but I don't know which one. And I have a couple in my Steam library before I scooty booty. This made me spit out my fucking drink. Jeremy Kaufman said, New Hampshire is only for people who can handle elderly leftists protesting them via circus pantomime. I just don't even understand what's fucking happening anymore. Why, did I change the channel on interdimensional cable? I no longer have the diabetes pineapples. I have, like, weird sideshow elderly people. What is happening? Free State Project Wheel of Misfortune. Lose public schools. I don't know what that means. Lose your vote. Lose your rights. Lose your health care? Lose your home? Lose your rights again. Brother. This person is just fucking insane. Imagine something called the Free State Project and people wanting you to have as much freedom as possible. And this person's like, if we don't steal money from people, we'll lose all these things. This is a protest or a campaign ad. Holy shit. And I don't know when he posted this after, but I didn't see this until this morning when I was organizing tabs. Apparently there's a video someone gave. On one side are the Free Staters, led by brave men, women, and families who love liberty. On the other side, whatever this is.
Round and... Oh, you, sir, lose your public schools. Let's see, where is...
retired teacher.
Right here, right here. As a retired teacher, you can also lose your right to teach what you feel kids should.
Good, you should if you are teaching things to kids that are communistic. I found the problem, women.
Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Thank you.
Do 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 do.
Thank you. Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Slaves, this is your song.
Thank you, Blank. Thank you, Mr. Blankman, for the 100 slaves.
If only I could put all these slaves together and make them install the
Here's
AC.
for the AC Foxu.
You can live without public schools. I think the first time in my life, like I always hear about, we need more budget for the schools. We need to spend more money on the schools. And it turns out that like some places in New Hampshire actually, unironically, are reducing school budget because some people here have had the brain cells rubbing together to be like, hey, wait a minute, we spend an inordinate amount of money on public schools and yet all of the proficiencies continuously drop. So we're spending all this money and it's not even having any effect and people's property taxes are going fucking insane because the bulk of your property taxes go to fund these public schools that are clearly doing nothing with that money. And so it's the first time in my life I've ever seen the school budget reduced instead of having more pushed in it. And I'm like, that's how you know you picked a good place to live. When everyone's like, fuck them, these schools are worthless, they're doing bad things with our kids, take away their fucking money. Tied your school salary and budgets directly to their performance? Good! That's how it should be! Oregon also suspended reading and math requirements until 2030 pending further extension. Yeah, I don't want to end up like fucking Oregon, man. That's insane. Everyone just memory holes that the school system is bloated down with 50,000% middle management do-nothing jobs eating all the budget. Yes, get rid of more daycare jobs. Doge did not go far enough. You wonder if the water guns that shoot into the clown's mouth at a carnival game will eventually be banned? What the fuck? What the fuck does that even mean? If you tie the funding to results, all it does is make them lower the standards to bloat the results. Sometimes that happens too. There were people arrested in Georgia many years ago. I don't remember when I covered it on stream. But there were people arrested in Georgia years ago because they were told that they were going to get their funding pulled if they didn't start passing more of the failing African-American students. And so they started passing the failing African-American students and got caught passing people with failing grades. And so people like got arrested. I don't remember if any prison time or anything was served. When you tie salaries to school performance, how do you prevent teachers from just passing all the dumb people? You have to, I guess, pay attention. You hope that your school board is paying attention to these things, like, again, what I just said in Georgia. Just Georgia things, you hate it there. No Child Left Behind and standardized tests were the beginning of the end with Clinton. No Child Left Behind was George Bush, was it not? George Bush Sr.? Error 404, thank you. Some money dollars for the AC fund, but why the hell is it taking so long to fix your AC? Does New Hampshire not have very many HVAC techs? Not only are there not many HVAC techs, there's not many people for, like, anything. Because there's a severe lack of, like, tradesmen out in this area, and, like, for good reason, right? Tradesmen make good money, but it's just prohibitively expensive out here. But addition, it was George Bush Jr.? Okay, it was Jr., not the W. Sorry. It was George W. Bush, not the father. I got the Bushes mixed up. Clinton pushed the legislation through, and Jr. signed it. That's so weird. That's so weird, man. You have now 6 plushies ordered. Jesus Christ. Wait, did you just order now? Ordering was supposed to have ended half an hour ago. Hold on, wait a minute. When you tie the performance, you base performance on standardized testing. Also, No Child Left Behind was done by W. Sorry. Junior is W, senior is HW. There's too many acronym. I just did the dad and the son. You made a mistake of eating some really good spice food while your lip is cut. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. And they're charging through the nose for the AC. Yeah. To answer the AC question, she lives in the Northeast. That's Union country. Yeah. Yep. But I didn't get anyone in a union. Most of the contractors I've been dealing with are non-union contractors, which has been pretty great thus far. And every time I mention to them that I have friends who, like, you know, do construction type stuff, they're just like, oh, here's my card. If they ever move out here, have them call me. We are always looking for more people. I just clapped for Jeb. Yeah, that's also why the HVAC techs are getting $160 an hour. That's way above union rates, buddy. Bush started a lot of this bullshit at the beginning of the end. Timer says 0, but it still lets you add to carts. Might have some overtime. You got an overtime grace period on the Kirsche plush, apparently. And that means I'm going to play the commercial one more time. It's supposed to be over, but apparently there's some wiggle room.
Have you ever wanted a pet, but the responsibility of remembering to feed and water something alive is a horrifying prospect? Get your very own Kirsche today. This little guy is too low IQ to understand it's not alive. Do you already own the Conco's My Little Padded Room Magical Girl Kirsche plush? Well, get this companion Kirsche to keep her company. Or maybe you just want to commit war crimes with a reliable partner who won't snitch to Interpol about your dastardly doings. Get your Kirsche today. The Kirsche will continue to love you, no matter what. Except if you try to do it. Do not the Kirsche. The Kirsche is for loving, eating, and war crimes, not for doing. Buy a Kirsche for your Kirsche so that they don't get lonely inside your walls. Kirsches are valuable employees of Kirsche Mart, and if you find a Kirsche reverted back to a Kirsche, please call 1-800-KIRSCHE now to have her return to her original residence. Kirsches are also an endangered species due to severe retardation, overeating, and excessive use by world powers and military conflicts. Please know that owning a Kirsche does not give you the right to do it. The feds are listening to your every move. If you or a loved one has been assaulted by a Kirsche, contact authorities immediately, as you will not make it. You can buy your very own life-size Kirsche or a Kirsche for your Kirsche starting May 8th at 3 p.m. EST through June 5th at 8 p.m. EST. Get yours now before they escape and are gone forever.
Blah! Yeah, let me see. I can't remember where my invoice is exactly, so let me see if I can find it really quick, and I'll take like a little screenshot of just the part, because I'm not kidding. It's 160 an hour. I see people like losing their fucking minds. 9 Jinx, thank you. Bonus Kirsche time. If you're on the fence, this is your sign. Yeah, true. They're escaping. Grab the net throwers quick. Battleizer, thank you. For the 3rd time, 1-800-KIRSCHE is a real phone number. I should call her. She's a sweet lady. Is it actually? Did you actually call that? It was supposed to be fake. There's no way there's a real 1-800-KIRSCHE number. And if there was, it would be a corporate number. That's what 1-800 is for. It wouldn't be a sweet lady. Ain't no way. Quick, you could still add them to cart. Instructions unclear. Bound a spirit to the Kirsche, now in hiding. Battleizer, thank you again. Chat, do not harass nice little old ladies. There's no way. 800 numbers are for corporations. She was a sweet old lady, what the fuck? Low supply, high price, so that should lead to livable wages for the HVAC techs. Market working in New Hampshire? I guess so. Cayman Ryder, Paul, thank you for the 1,000 biddies. Your high school was forced to graduate 80 people who were failing algebra thanks to No Child Left Behind. What the actual fuck? What the actual fuck? Yeah, okay, so if I bring this up here. This is the, thank you, Binary Mind, for also cropping the correct part, so I didn't have to do it. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. No, I don't need the full thing. This is good, thank you. Yeah, this is, labor 2 techs at $165 per hour for 8 hours. Sorry, I said it was $160, chat. It's $165. I was wrong. I was wrong. You plan to keep your Kirsche in the freezer so that it lasts longer, you know? Fuck, you gotta move. Yeah, $165 an hour for HVAC tech is what it costs. Dear God, you gotta become an HVAC tech. Get a bonus overtime Kirsche for your Kirsche. Bonus overtime Kirsche. Holy shit, yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. They abbreviated per. Yeah, who needs the fucking E? Oh God, what's $5 between friends? Damn, that's a hell of a good wage. That's unthinkable in the Midwest. Half of that would be huge here. Yeah, you know. Matt Larson, thank you. In the 90s, your grandparents had an 800 number since Grandpa was a trucker and he could call Grandma without long-distance charges. I also want to point out, like, because that guy said that would be, like, half of that would be huge in the Midwest. You can see this is the total price I have down on my dono bar. This was the cheapest quote that I've been given. Like, when I first started collecting quotes, I was getting, like, 28,000, and then, like, the fucking builder grade option was, like, 26,000. I was like, what the fuck is happening? So, 55 labor, 55 overhead, 55 profit. I don't know. Magnus Lord, thank you. Just bought 3 more Kirsche plushies. You're fucking crazy, dude. You're fucking crazy. Are they replacing the entire thing? This is for replacing one of the AC units that I have, the broken one, obviously. Why is even New England? I ask myself that all the time. That's the price for 2 techs, so what the tech... No. It's $165 an hour per tech. 2 techs at $165. That means $165 per each individual tech. How big is the AC unit? Not very big, based on the box that was sent here. Help. Jen Jacko, thank you. Technically, you're a child not left behind, but in your defense, you were drugged out of your mind by the therapist your stepmom insisted you needed to see for no reason. If somebody tries forcing medication on me, like, I'll just pretend to take it. Ain't no way, dude. One to do the actual work, one to hold the ladder. I've heard that joke before. Make your dad rip it out. Pay half the total. Oh my God. You think you saw 3 tons somewhere? Well, not huge. It's decently big. Yeah, I have 2, and I'm pretty sure you're right. I think it is 3 ton. I have 2 3-ton units, so they're like middling sized, I guess. They're not like huge. I couldn't lift one, but like a dude, just a normal dude could probably lift one of them. Take your meds. Old one torn out, disposal of the old coolant, cost of the new coolant, time spent filling the system. Yeah, it's gonna be like a job. It's gonna be a job. New England is when the Brits take over adjacent French and Dutch land. In other words, New England is Belgium. What the fuck? When you lived in a high cost of living area, the Fed pay people extra for living there. If you have a Fed job, for $9K, you have them replace the AC and the furnace and installed return vents through the 2 floors in the attic. It was only a couple of years ago, and it was also a 3-ton unit. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Ooh, sink the T-boats. That's sick. You never have or will take any mind-altering drugs. You don't know how they'd affect you, and you'd refuse to ever find out. 3 tons is 3,000 pounds. Oh, that can't be right. That can't be right. There's no way it weighs that much. They're not very big. They're like... I don't know what I could use for size comparison, because, like, I wanted to say they're the size of a cardboard box, but... It's 6,000 pounds. A ton is 2,000. There's no way it even weighs that much. There's no way. There's no way. 3-ton AC doesn't refer... I didn't think it referred to weight. I was like, I know it's a 3-ton unit, but I don't think that refers to the weight of the unit. It is not weight. 3 tons is the spec, not the weight of the unit. Thank you. Thank you, HVAC people who knows what that means, because I don't. I was like, there's no way that's the fucking weight. A tonnage does not refer to weight. The 3 tons is probably how much air they process. That makes sense. A 3 tons is 36K BTU per hour. Okay, so it is the air that they move. That makes more sense. 1 tonnage of cooling capacity is 12K BTU. Oh! I saw that when I was trying to get the, like, shitty fucking, like, floor unit to, like, exhaust out one of the windows that is 1,000,000 miles from where I sit. And so... that didn't work, but the fucking floor unit that I bought, I think it was like 16,000 BTU, and it literally does nothing. Like, the immediate space, if I have it, like, next to my bed when I go to sleep, it makes that immediate space cool, but it does nothing for, like, the whole room. It's just, it's so sad. So 1 ton AC removes that much heat. Yeah, whatever 16,000 BTU is not enough for my bedroom. That confused the hell out of you and got super confused at me saying kind of moved the package, and you were like, how fucking strong is Kirsche? What the fuck? Your 8th grade math teacher lied to your parents and told them you were failing all your classes and demanded you be put on ADHD meds. What the fuck? 165 is the billable rate, not the employee pay. They still make bank, but at least half of that is for the company. I mean, probably, but it's still like the rate that I'm being told they're getting paid. And it's not, like, they don't work for a national company. This is like a father and son, we own this business, this is our family. So also I'm gonna say, no, you're probably wrong, and that probably is their wage. Since it's a father-son operation and they don't work for a big company. How much does Kirsche's chair towel weigh compared to her brain? That's a great question. A second pro tip, you will never ever ever get your house more than 15 degrees below the outside temperature, so don't try. Keep the thermostat to 15 below the outside temp. Why is that? Why is that? You want to hear happy, Fox? I am happy. I mean, I'm hot, but otherwise I'm happy. Cost just 3K USD for a 3-ton central AC without the installation. I hate you. A teacher wanted more Adderall. Your car shop chain charges $170 an hour for labor. The techs get about $30 for that. Yeah, but imagine you own the business and you are the tech. That means that whole salary just goes to you. That is just what you get. Why is it that whenever I talk about, like, people owning their own business and, like, what they get paid, people start talking about, no, they split that with corporate, but it's like, there is no corporate! They are the corporate! Why does this take so long to explain every time? You've definitely been able to get your house more than 15 degrees below the outside temp. Overhead, Kirsche? Sir, my invoice has the price for labor and then also the price for parts. It's separate. It's separate. And the concept of mom and pop is lost among the world. You want to say something a little degenerate? What the heck? I mean, that's fine, I guess. You absolutely can get the air cooler than 15 degrees below ambient. The energy cost will shoot way up, though. Parabolic curve, you know? Your dad owns his own shop and is the only worker. He does not split with the other guys or corporate. Corporate is just the dude that installed the AC. What the fuck? 15 degree thing is probably dependent on the house. Might be true for some, but you're sure it varies quite a bit. I think my favorite thing is, like, because of how hot things are where I am in the house, when I leave my area and I go to, like, the other part of the house with, like, the kitchen and everything, like, you can feel the temperature change as you start moving to that area. And then I am so glad that, like, part of the floor is marble, because when I step on it, it's so cool, and it makes me just want to, like, get into a feral cat position and suck up all the coldness from the tile. Because people are retarded, you know? A good PC will definitely heat a room. Marble? Don't worry, it's not a lot of marble. It's a very small area, but it still looks pretty nice. Don't sleep on the marble floor! You know, I've thought about it. I've thought about it. Don't sleep on the floor, it's bad for your back. It is. And the 15 degree thing is based on the type of HVAC unit? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. If you put the Kirsche in the HVAC, will efficiency improve? Probably not, but that could be a fun experiment. You'd probably lose your Kirsche as it crawled through your walls, though. Where the fuck are my tabs? There we go. There we go. Elegant, sturdy, bursting with class. Marble columns. I don't have marble columns, all right? That's not something I can afford. Thank you, Frank. I was just curious. You know, freezers can make things negative degrees, but you didn't know if there was actually an AC that did that. I wonder if anyone's tried just, like, leaving their freezer open, thinking that that would help cool things down. It wouldn't. I'm just curious if someone's tried. Let's see here. Let's see here. I am going to throw 2 dudes alone on the boat. Imagine the implications. We're gonna raid into Pay Money Wubby. He's doing gay shit. That's where he excels, and I love him for it. That sounds gay. Is it more or less gay than the cake batter stream? Your little sister did that and soaked our kitchen when we were young. Oh my god. That's crazy. That happens periodically, and some apartment complexes have to put out a notice to not do that. Why are people so dumb? Oh my god. Gay raid, it is. That's true. This can be our Pride Month raid. Our Pride Month raid into. I love how, like, the way that Wubby has grown out his mustache. He looks like a fucking cowboy. He could put a hat on and do like a Doug Dimmadome impression, man. Oh god, we're gonna raid into him. We're gonna raid into him. Please enjoy watching the Wubbyman. The Wubbyman. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully not in puddle form, and we'll figure out which game I'm gonna play next. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for putting up with all of my tech issues today. I'm sorry once again for the internet and the stream crashing issues. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, and thank you, my honorable chatters, for all of the crazy fucking support on the Kirsche plush. The plush was supposed to stop being available at 8 p.m. Eastern 44 minutes ago. But apparently there's some wiggle room. I don't know when they're going to be stopping, so if you have failed to get a Kirsche and you would like one, we're in overtime. I don't know when it's going to stop, but it should have already been closed, so... Thank you! I choked. Thank you! Have a great rest of your night.